maybe don't let it go there, but there are a lot of
CV squared has 51 finest degrees of freedom, making
On the way home, I got hungry and I ate it. We're Americans and we only like competition, okay? I'm eating and I'm reading a book. And that's when you just comes up.
Chemical, break down, gas mask on. Okay, let's go there, Capcom on the hot fire. Okay, all flight controllers going around the horn. Go for undocking. Okay, retro, go. File, go. Guide, go. Control, go. Telcom, go. Jinsei, go. Econ, go. Surgeon, go. Capcom, we're go for undocking.
Armstrong, Aldrin, and Collins arrived at the moon on Saturday, July 19th.
When we did get close and we rolled out and saw it for the first time, it was a revelation. It was gigantic. It filled our entire window.
The next day, Sunday, July 20th, was landing day.
In a lot of anticipation, we finally come to the day, the moment that this is about to commence.
Landing on the moon was absolutely the most difficult piece of any Apollo mission. Okay, think about it as a controlled fall out of lunar orbit. The problem is, in this controlled fall out of orbit, you only have enough fuel for one try.
Capcom, we're go for landing. Altitude 4200. Here, go for landing. Over.
The trajectory had been wrong. They were targeted into this inhospitable place. Then they had to fly over this area at a high forward velocity, then pitch up to slow down so that kill their forward velocity, and then start down like a helicopter. So now we're critical fuel state. And that's why the 60-second call was given, and then the 30-second call.
Then I really got nervous. It was calling out 25 seconds of fuel left, and then 20 seconds of fuel. Oh, jeez.
Okay, engine stop. APA at a descent. Host control both auto descent engine command override off. Engine arm off. 413 is in. We copy you down, Eagle. Houston, Tranquility base here. The Eagle has landed. Roger, Tranquility. We copy you on the ground. You got a bunch of guys about to turn blue. We're breathing again. Thanks a lot.
The landing to me was a great celebration. The nation was almost euphoric.
So it proved that the United States could accomplish tremendous goals if they worked together as a team.
Disclaimer: the views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the speakers, commentators, experts, and/or hosts. They do not explicitly or necessarily reflect nor represent the channel's policy or the views held by this channel or broadcaster. The broadcaster or its channel cannot be held accountable for all or any views expressed during this program.
It's just like Killer Cop 4, but she's got Hema instead of fry cook balls. I need you, Action Bastard. Action Bastard, I need you. Action Bastard, I need you. Why am I wasting time dancing?
You want to know why? Because the world is fucking flat, dog. And everything that you see up there, as far as like planets or stars, yeah, guess what, dude? It's fucking fake. It's just lights up there. The government put those lights up there so you dummies could just act like there's something up there.
Wait a second, are you a flat earther?
Call a crackhead.
You're stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we're going to be talking about a lot of stupid today. Oh my Jesus Christ, I can't believe on how much stupidity gets put inside of 10 motherfucking minutes. Like, I thought that fucking we had heard some crazy batshit conspiracy theorists sputter off stuff in minutes. But Jesus Christ, I was like, God, after I listened to this twat whistle, I was like, God damn, we got to go over this motherfucking bullshit. Thank you very much, Mama, for getting me to know about this content or about this weird idiot that we're going to go over. And he's so dumb, like I can't even not start calling him an idiot in the beginning of this. So let's go ahead and bring in our guest. Our co-host is sleeping right now because he didn't sleep very well yesterday and he had a long day at work, but we'll crack on. We're going to miss him, but here we blow, and let's bring in our guests. And of course, starting with
Mama.
Oh, Mama.
Hello.
How you both?
Hello. I'm good.
Awesome. I'm glad that you
slept all morning, so I'm awake for this.
Awesome. I'm glad that you can make it for this because you were the one who put me onto this. And we're going to be going over one of our favoriteest content creator, one of them, MC Toon, rebutting this twat. But we're not going to be going over very much of what MC Toon has to say because we already know that he's a fucking very smart person and that whatever he brought to the table was obviously going to be relevant. What this douche nozzle says in his first fucking 10 minutes, fucking what the... Like, thank you, Mom, so much for putting this on my plate.
I went through him and FTFE and MC Toon with this guy. So
I couldn't even get to the FTFE fucking debate or stream or whatever because
for both, but the guy's stupidity was the same.
I'm guessing it was going to be exactly pretty much the same. How are you doing, dog?
Pretty much with him.
I'm all right. Yeah, I'm good. I'm looking
Awesome.
forward to hearing Mama blow up at this bloke.
Yeah, there's a new content creator that most of us haven't heard of unless you've listened to debates he's had with FTFE and or MC Toon.
He's new to this. He has a channel. He does totally different things. So we're thinking maybe he's clout chasing. Not quite sure.
Yeah, when I went
that's
when you,
to be determined.
Yeah, and when you sent me his channel link, I went on his channel and I was looking through his stuff and I was like, what the fuck, Mom? I was like, what?
Yeah.
And then this morning I was like, oh my God, like we need to do a whole long thing. That's what Mondays are for crazy shit and or what the fuck. And I didn't even listen to MC Toon, obviously, because I mean he's so awesome.
No, you don't need to because he brings it. So
I went straight to the first 10 minutes of this green frog watch talking, and I was like, oh my Jesus Christ. And then I skipped through and I was like, oh my God, he just doesn't stop. Like, yeah, you're right, Mom.
No.
He believes in he's like a QAnoner up the arsehole. He's like true anon, QAnon. Like, oh my Jesus Christ. And I was like, wait, aren't you supposed to be talking about how to disprove the moon landing? He doesn't talk about it the whole.
Yeah. His whole intro, yeah. People haven't seen it. Will be.
Yeah, well, dude,
they won't be amazed, but you know.
No, and we all on this channel, we all go through the whole conspiratorial, all the crazy bull crap. But I have never seen it squashed into 10 minutes like this. Even when I watch TikToks, it's not even this smashed together.
What do you call it? Gish galloping. This guy takes gish galloping to the extreme. Okay.
Right.
Oh, and I thought when we listened to like Mark Steele and some of the other like crazy crackheads that we've gone over, I thought they fucking packed in fucking bullshit up the arsehole and shot it out like fucking diarrhea. But nah, dude, this bro fucking has it down. If he's fucking faking it, he's fucking good as shit. He needs to get an Emmy if he is fucking faking it.
If he's a Poe, he's a good Poe.
Yeah. So anyways, let's say hello to the side of my chats. And we have an Al.
Hey, Al.
We have a commander.
Commander.
An alderman.
Ollie, how are you, Ollie?
Hi, Ollie.
And Captain.
Hi, Tiny Captain. Ahoy.
And Stupidity.
Hi, stupid.
Hey, stop.
Stupidity.
Yeah. And a pet dragon.
Hi, Tango.
West Side.
West Side.
Jasper.
Hey, Jasper.
And it looks like Al Truck. Did we say hi to Al?
Yeah, that was in the beginning.
We did.
Yeah, good old what the fucks executively. Like I was really stumbling this morning. I'm like, I don't want to go over neo-Nazis again. I don't want to go over the freaking Civil War. In the Americas. I didn't want to go over like intense shite. I was like, I want to go over something fun. I need to
have some low-hanging fruit every now and then.
Yeah. And so this was amazing that thank you, Mama, again for putting this on my plate because oh my Jeebus Christ. I just listened to it for 30 seconds and was like, yep, that's what we're doing today. Jesus. And then I
say hi to Demon.
Hey, Demon. And
he's got a meh face.
Man. Oh, okay. All right. I hope that it's because
we'll say hi again to Demon just because.
Hi, Demon. Did I skip you?
Don't think we did.
Yes,
I don't.
I'm just wondering why the meh face.
That's what I was asking. What's the face for? Hopefully, it's because of the stupidity or that you know about the green frog. There we go. That's our demon.
Yep.
There we go.
There we go. Okay. I have another one for you. I'll bring you that I think we could dissect.
Sweet.
I'll put that into your chat.
I was gonna ask you if you'd clipped out
Since
any
you're
of
brought
these
up.
things from him.
Not from his channel yet.
but-
No, not yet.
And or the debates, but I was like, no. We're I want.
No,
to
I haven't done anything with these debates.
Okay,
I'm not doing
okay,
a lot of videos right now. I have some that
Yeah.
I've already kind of sort of done in my
Yeah.
editor, so I'm trying to go through
Yeah.
those.
Okay.
But I'm gonna get started on my What the Hell Karen videos because I may be down for a bit here soon.
Yeah,
So I want to
do
start
that.
getting those going.
But what I was doing,
Guess who
what I
just
was
came
like,
in the
yes, I
chat?
saw. But I was
Mm.
like, no, we got to free ball this video. We have to do this by the skin
Free
of our
ball.
teeth
I
like we
like that.
normally do. Yeah, like we do with these.
You free ball, I'll
debate-
free boob. Okay.
Yeah, they're below. So I was like, no. I'm not even gonna ask Mom if she's clipped or done anything because I figured.
No, I haven't.
But I was like, no. We have to go through it. And we're going to give a shout out to, let's say hello to our Schizma Crasher, our channel sponsor. And of course, our channel sponsor has a commercial because they support all of the stream pervs and many more with this. Ouch, that's gotta hurt.
It's gonna leave a bruise.
Yeah.
No, it's gonna leave a mark.
It's gonna leave a mark. Yeah,
It sounds
exactly.
like something that this flat earther has done. This moon. He did that, didn't he?
Oh,
Ran
it's
fucking plate glass
it's gonna-
window.
Oh yeah, I gotcha.
Yeah, it's gonna leave a mark for sure on our psyche, definitely. So thank you.
Well, this guy's a
Stubborn
skeptic. He
Stupidity.
doesn't believe in windows unless he can see them for himself.
Unless he can touch
You'll
it.
see.
He doesn't.
Yes.
He doesn't believe in it very much. And he's fallen for all of the conspiracies. Like I said, he's a QAnoner because he's definitely gone down the Q rabbit hole. Thank you, Stop the Stupidity, for the 5 gifted memberships. I can't see them. If somebody wants to read off who the members,
We have the new members are Jojo Crinkleheart Capone,
Awesome.
Doorknob Head, Al Trucker, Druzilla, and Bill Portley.
Sweet. So if you
Y'all got
are
memberships.
if you are here and you just got a new membership, please put in all the emojis. And if somebody in the side chat wants to put in the emojis, Schizma Crusher, to show everybody what those are and how they work, go ahead and do that. So if you hover over them, if you don't know how to do it, hover over them and it will tell you the is it a colon? What's the 2 dots over each other?
It's a colon, and then you could put like a
Oh.
link or whatever.
Yeah,
but
there we
you
there
can
we
just,
below.
you can just call up the emoji, and it'll bring Slims right up on the top.
Oh, okay. So if you do the emojis, then it will show you all the things.
It'll bring
so
yours
we
up
have,
at the very top.
So we have all of these as fun things. So if you just became a member, or you're a member and you didn't know this, or you want to play along, anytime something happens that is one of those things, like a tinfoil hat. As soon as we hear a tinfoil hat phrase, do that. If they talk about the flat earth, do that. If we are talking about aliens, of course it's aliens, then do that. All of the other thingies of the mabobbers. And you're welcome, Al. And
for some reason, it doesn't
Stupidity is
show up on the StreamYard screen, but look
Yeah,
in
I
your
can't.
chat, you'll see what they look
Yeah,
like.
I'm sorry that I showed.
That's kind of
that way
annoying. I don't know
because
why StreamYards, unless you have
I
Stream
wish-
Elements, I'm not sure.
where you pay them a gazillion and a half dollars, they should be able to
Yeah,
figure out a
I
way
know.
for
You
us
should
to
be able to do
fucking
that.
I know. So welcome all
So
members,
dumb.
all the new members. Here is the intro video or your video for becoming a member.
Grin, grin, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, say no more.
Exactly. That's what I said.
And we have Amari in the chat. Hi, Mari.
Yay, we have Amari. Dang it. Oh yeah. Okay. I haven't done a turtle for one of the thingies yet.
Slam, slam, slam.
I need to do a thing. But here's the next best thing, Mari.
Pickles. 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 Pickles.
At least that. So
I
thank
do
you all
have
very
a
much.
perfect clip for her if you want me to send it over.
Sure.
to you on Discord. I'll do that for you.
The thing on Firefox, the app, the whatever extension on Firefox that I was using to download videos, doesn't seem to be working. So I have to find a new one.
It does that sometimes with me too. I have to go in and like uninstall it, reinstall it. It's a pain in the butt.
So I'm going to once I figure out a way to download videos again, I'm going to start working on a couple of thingy-mabobbers I have in the works, but I haven't done it because I'm fucking lazy. So anyways, let's bring it
No, really?
Yeah.
No, just
Al,
kidding.
how are you doing?
Oh,
Hey, Al.
I'm gonna pretend I'm okay.
Okay, well,
Hopefully.
just don't talk as much as possible.
I'll try. Yeah.
Thank you for being here. We are so glad that you're hopefully getting better, or that they're figuring it out, or that you're here. At least
They still don't know. They still don't know why I'm sick, but
I told you.
They think
I
I'm
told
turning
you-
the corner.
I told you not to lick that lot lizard. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Just
You
kidding.
know, this is how you learn. This is how you learn, folks.
This is
Just
true.
saying.
Yeah.
No,
I told you I told you she was sus. No, I'm just kidding.
You know, sometimes you gotta let the kids touch something hot to
that's
realize it's hot. I mean, I'm just saying.
I mean, I can only warn people so many times before.
Mhm.
Never mind. I'm just kidding. Thank you for being here, Al, and try to
Yeah, Al, just
rest your voice
try and
as
feel
much as
better.
possible. Only put your Canadian. I don't even know. I was trying to do Canadian coins, but I don't even know those, so I couldn't even fucking say it.
I don't even know what Canadian
The
coins are
Looney and
called.
the Toonie, they're the ones I know.
I don't know. But anyways,
I know the loony is the plastic money. That's all I know.
yeah. Unfortunately, we're all going to be yelling our arses off the whole fucking 10 minutes that we're going to go through because of how fucking
We'll be
crazy
face
this
palming. All you're
shit
gonna hear
is.
is slaps from our side. Okay.
Yeah. And so we'll do a couple of what's it called? Palette cleansers in betweens.
Okay.
Did we say hello to Jasper? I think we did. It just
We said hello to Jasper.
It
Yeah.
was just Looney Tunes. That's what we're gonna feel like after we're done
Looney
with this. Is fucking goddamn Looney Tunes. So everybody go to this person's channel, Matters Now. If somebody in the side chat would put the link to their channel, that would be awesome. And then if somebody would put a link to MC Tunes channel, would be great. If not, we'll make sure that's done before.
Yeah, Matters Now covers. I'm sure Westside knows more, but they do a lot of religious stuff. Not like uber religious, but just debates. And they do flat earth stuff and moonlight. They do a little. They're very diverse with their debates.
Yeah, so everybody
OZN
go
is
there
too. Yeah.
and show them some love, and MC Tune as
OZN
well, and
and,
we'll make sure
a
that
few
that's
others.
posted and other thingies and
Yes.
others, for sure before we leave. And if you want, you can also look up Matters Now and the debate between MC Tune and Green. Fucktard Whistle. Fuck. I don't know.
Fucktard Whistle.
We'll come up with a good nickname for him once we get started.
Oh, once he gets on screen, I'm sure you'll be able to find something.
Yeah, and so let's go ahead and get into the introduction, and then we'll get into the first 10 minutes of Green Frog Watch. And once again, MC Tune, we love you, but we know we don't need to go over your stuff because you're going to bring all facts. And I can't debunk your facts, and we're just going to go, yeah, of course, that's exactly the right thing. So we're going to jump on to getting into Green Fuck Watch and his idiocracy. But let's get into hearing the intro.
All right, welcome to Matters Now. I'm Dr. J. I'll be hosting the debate tonight, and I'll also be doing the moderating. We have MC Toon and Mr. Frog, whose name is not written down there, so I've forgotten the full thing, but I'm sure he can remind us what it is. Thank you for joining us. We'll go ahead and bring them on stage right now. We went ahead and decided that we were going to be doing 10-minute opening arguments. MC Toon is going.
And really quick, I think that's when MC Tune starts is right now. But really quick, y'all know the 4chan frog bullshit, right? Like how it's a meme and they use the frog images.
Is it Pepe?
Yeah, the Pepe the
frog
frog
or something?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So what I'm guessing is, whoa, that is really weird. Thank you, Jasper. Thank you, Jasper. You rock.
Yes, thank you, Jasper.
It's showing up really weird on my side over here for some weird reason. I don't know why. But to me, it feels like he's almost
got there.
What?
What's that big pile? Are they boxes? I don't know what they are.
So what it is it's a toolbox, a three layered. Layered isn't right, but
they look like plastic
toolbox
bins, right? Or the plastic drawer bins or something.
I think they're more like toolboxy things.
Yeah.
Because they have these weird handles right here, and then these are multiple slots.
Right.
I've just
I think
that frog looks like he lives with his mom.
Oh, he lives inside his mom. Anyways, sorry.
For reference with this MC Toon, I think he only brought up one piece of evidence, and that's all he went with, because that's all he really needed, right?
I honestly didn't look into
I'm trying to remember
MC Toon's very
exactly
much
what it was,
because it doesn't matter, because anything that MC Toon was going to bring up was going to be fucking thrown out the window.
And as
by
MC Toon does, he's done within 2, 3, 4 minutes. And then he just, I give up my time. I give up my time.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, that's how quickly he presents his evidence. Yeah. Yeah, it does look like a Walmart storage thingy. So.
Yeah.
And also for reference, the dude looks tiny, but he's not. He has like a teleprompter, and he has this. I guess he has this camera hooked up to the top of it. So it's
he's an
looking
idiot.
down at him.
He's an idiot, and he doesn't know how to fucking put his camera up.
Right.
He doesn't understand
it's at.
Put a question mark over his head.
Right.
When you shoot video, and when you're framing something, you use this law, the rules of threes, and you actually want 9 spaces here. These three, and these 3. And what you want to do, I'm kind of breaking the rule, but I'm pretty much staying within it. You want to center a person in here. Look at how MC Toon is. If we make these same, if you would make
with FTF, he did stand up after a while.
Yeah.
And then he was pretty much framed perfectly in that shot.
Yeah. Again, MC Toon is going to the rule of threes, and we call it that, even though it is 9, but it is the 3 layers. Everybody in here, other than this little weirdo, is not doing that. He is doing this thing where he is staying. Like, why did you focus yourself being the smallest thing in the area, so much fucking white, and then you put these little bags back here? There's like bag things sitting on top of here. There's some kind of trash or some weird shit back here, and then this. You really thought this was gonna be your best fucking setup? It looks like you're in your mom's garage.
Oh, he's already fucking knowing me.
And he has to keep himself quiet, because if he gets too loud, she's gonna come out there and beat his ass. But everything about this is just sus as crap, and it's so weird. So what we're gonna do is we're not even going to. We love you. We
know the timestamp, I'm sure.
Yeah. I already pretty much have it to where it's like.
Watch Frog, you will still get a.
Yeah. So Mama said the exact thing. MC Toon stopped himself at 7 minutes and 38 seconds, and there was a 2-minute intro. So he stopped himself at 5 minutes of explaining what's going on. So Mama knows, and you know, if you've ever watched MC Toon, you fucking know this. So homie, MC Toon, our friend, he bowed out. And if you don't know, MC Toon interviewed me 3 years ago.
I think
so if you want to see that, if you want to see that. Oh, sorry, Al. I'm so sorry, Al. Sorry, Al.
Oh, sorry, Al. I didn't even pay attention to that either. I apologize.
Unfortunately, our co-host is MIA because he.
I know. I got to start taking up your hosting and co-hosting right now.
Yeah. He was looking at too much porn last night.
Oh,
So
is that what happened to our
I
to our brainless
I told him
buddy
to stop
there?
looking at all that fucking porn, but he doesn't listen to
Wow,
me.
he's Pokemon out, bless him.
Oh, he's probably
the
got
gold-
some heavy abrasions that he's tending
dude,
to.
his palms are burning right now for sure. And
He's got a salve on there.
he's got definitely some kind of ointment on his palms right now. Anyways,
All
yes,
right.
pet dragon, and that's what they say in
The golden ratio.
The golden ratio is in the film industry, photography and videography. That's what you want to use. Is you want to put it in. You want to square up in those frames. How you frame something is within those attributes. It's very basic, and there's a lot more ideology and theology to the golden ratio, but that's pretty much the basics. I'm not going to bore y'all with showing you anything else, but why so much white space behind you? Why didn't you put a fucking flat earth clock or something, Beavis? I mean, you could have put up fucking all kinds of crazy conspiratorial stuff that you can put up and take down really fucking fast.
I wanted to jump in on this one, despite the fact my voice and my ear are still a little bit weak, but
Right.
I watched a bunch of this, and I feel like I'll have some comments to make about this Dingleberry here, because he's
I hope you're going to.
Because like I heard and yeah, I mean, I'd say his lack of framing ability is probably the least of his issues, sadly.
Right.
No,
but I'm glad you're bringing that up. I mostly listened to it actually, so the visuals.
All you
not
need to
that
do is
big of a
listen
deal
to
for
it.
me.
There was nothing really.
Yeah, because like there was not a lot of visual presentation on this one, but this guy was a lot of derping. But I don't want to give away the whole game in the first 5 minutes.
No, we're gonna get there in just a second.
I know people will be shocked.
Yeah,
people are scraping their
well,
jaws off the floor after I mentioned that, right?
And Demon, yes, that's why I thought it was the Milwaukee tool drawers, because to me it looks like the Milwaukee company.
He is an electrician, by the way.
So that may be his traveling,
which is a scary thought. Just saying.
Well, yes. Somebody teaching you, or you taking a class on understanding voltages and amperages, isn't that difficult to understand. But I hope he doesn't fuck up something and electrocute other people. But let's crack on with me having my degree and all these things in videography and photography and working in the field for as long as I have, and in news and other things. I had to point that out. It didn't matter, but Jeebus Christ. And it makes you look short and feeble, even though that's fucking obviously fake. But let's crack on, and let's start with the beginning of this idiocracy. And remember, folks, we're supposed to be talking about how the moon landing is a hoax, and just see how fast he fucking gets off fucking topic.
Full 10 minutes. MC Toon does not get any extra time any other places because he didn't take his full time on the intro. He had 10. He chose to use 5. You also have 10. You can choose to use all 10 or not.
Dang it, I don't want it to be that.
Are you ready to go?
Okay, I got it.
Hopefully I don't need the full 10. This is hopefully short. But before I do my intro, just give me 1 second. Let me take a swig of this giant water.
Oh my god! For a millisecond, I thought he was gonna fucking promote some kind of fucking energy.
I would recommend we don't break between this. Let's just play his whole intro. And then we'll break. I know OZN Matters Now is not gonna do anything.
Yeah, of course.
They shouldn't.
And thank you, everybody.
I recommend we let him do a spiel, and then we'll say, because
I'm gonna try my
context.
I'm gonna try my fucking hardest as quick as possible. But
yes.
Let's crack on.
Gotta stay hydrated for the speech. Also, for those who don't know, I am Giovanni, the host of the Watch Frogs. I'm a political analyst. I'm a Second Amendment enthusiast. The majority of my content revolves around promoting firearms, celebrating firearms, doing firearm-related content, building puppets, building a lot of really cool shit.
You've never shot a
talking about the
firearm.
world in a way that's a little bit different than some of the other commentary channels based off of my professional and personal experience. So I think you'd like it. And I'm going to be doing a brand new web series, docu-series called Fake Crimes, which is kind of an interesting twist on the true crime.
That shit is crazy. When I watch the fucking thing, okay, just go crack on.
Podcast nonsense we've seen all over the internet. So with that being said, let me just go ahead and get into my opening remarks.
All right. Go ahead.
So the last debate I had with the mutual of some of the people here, my objective was to simply impeach the scientific community online, and with good reason, to which I'll circle back to soon enough. I am a moon landing skeptic. I am not convinced any man or woman has set foot on the surface of the moon. However, with compelling concrete evidence, I will more than be happy to amend statements made in the past. I have two objectives now, different from before, which is to hopefully explain why I am skeptical of the moon landing. And the second objective is to defend and promote skepticism. Is it okay to be skeptical? Is it okay to ask questions? Is it okay to be curious? When someone claims the Earth is flat or that the moon landing event never occurred, the individual is smeared, misrepresented, and viciously attacked.
Except for when we ask you for proof and you guys don't fucking bring any proof, or you all are
and we have
just
evidence
doing
to the contrary.
Yeah, and or it's just philosophy like, hey, bro, just think about it. It must, just if it's a thought process, then totally.
I need to clarify that we have actual valid evidence to the contrary, where they just have, no, look at these shadows.
Yeah, no, obviously, the video that we watched in the beginning of this, right before we actually started, was the complications that they had, and they were talking about almost running, why would you fake those things? If you were a continent or your country, a world leader, why would you say that anything went wrong? You would fucking say you guys did it fucking perfect every fucking time. Then you'd say it's really, really hard to get back to there. And the techno, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you were faking it, things would have been way different.
For merely disagreeing and seeing the world differently than the acolytes of science, the purveyors of scientific achievement aim to destroy the character and reputation of said individual who dares to think differently or dares to see the world and events surrounding it differently than what is taught through our failing public education system. And if we
don't try and go destroy the character or the reputation. We tell the people that make those statements that they're idiots. We're not going after the person. We're going after what they're saying.
And we usually don't talk shit to them until we offer them multiple ways to fix their understandings. Like what I did with Rachie, or, how we go to these people and we're like, okay, well, here's how a measurement thingy-mabobber should have went. Or you're misrepresenting, like how Simon Dan does it. He goes to people and says, okay, well, this is how it's being, you're not understanding this. Measurement, the other things. We go to people and we're like,
yeah, and this guy's just pre-whining about everything he thinks might happen.
He's just gaslighting the fuck out of fucking subject, dude.
And MC Toon, of all the people that it could be an interlocutor, it's one of the most patient and polite people in these things until provoked, like majorly.
Yeah, you push him, he pushes back.
Yeah,
I call
he will.
His dad voice.
He will.
He gets his dad
he ain't
voice
gonna.
out.
He's not a pushover, but he will give people a lot of rope to hang themselves.
Yep.
He's been a teacher his whole entire life, right?
Yep. He teaches taught he's teaching his kids still.
Yeah, and so that's the thing. He when you have a classroom of, let's just say 20 kids. I was going to say 60, but that is an overgross. So let's just say 20 kids. Controlling a classroom of 20 nose-picking teenagers is fucking hard to do. The first thing that I did was do magic shows in front of children for corporate events. You know how fucking hard it is to get the fucking attention of 200 fucking kids that are got spastic, I'm sorry. Like energy, sugar rushes. You know what I'm saying? Corralling 200 children is insane. So he shows that he was a teacher very well by being very polite, calm, collected, and being able to put out the information in a way that a third grader should be able to understand. And then when they push those certain buttons, and then he will, and I'll do it for you, MC Toon. This guy's a douche. All right, all right,
a douche.
Yeah. A douche. Yeah, growling children, totally exact simile. So let's crack on.
To be honest, higher education is failing its students too. All this big.
How is higher education failing people other than people getting degrees in things that don't actually get you a real job? That's the only way that higher education is full.
And this guy claims to be have a higher education.
Dude, his education is high because he smoked so much weed before he fucking did this goddamn fucking stream.
Begs the question, why is it so important for these priests of science to use their platform and their voice to destroy anyone who dares to suggest that the moon landing event might not have occurred? Why is this?
What? Don't wait. We all question it. Mom, you've questioned it, right? Dog, Al. We all questioned it.
We all question things.
We ask questions. We see the answers. We come with reasonable responses.
Yeah.
If the responses are reasonable, you
how
don't
do you
say.
think, how do you don't think
accuse.
My dumbass? Go ahead.
Well, the accusation that people in science are quote unquote priests is calling into disrepute. I guess he doesn't think much of religion,
it's
but
religion,
this is what
right?
they all do. They pretend it's a religion. Same with the young Earth creationists and other sort of extreme anti-science groups. They try to drag science down to their level, and to paraphrase Samuel Clemens, beat it with experience as being stupid and ill-reasoned. But the thing is, science doesn't give a shit.
No, and him calling science a religion. Tell me he's not a flat earther.
No, he's
got to be.
He's a QAnoner.
He's in.
He
There's
says
a
he's
Venn
a
diagram
skeptic.
that has him in 3 or
He's
4
not.
circles.
So remember, the Bible has never been put through peer-reviewed processes.
That's true.
That's the difference
Absolutely
between
true.
science and religion. Is science will be put up to peer review, and the whole goal of the scientific method is to disprove it. It is not to prove it. It's actually the opposite. It is to, I bet you can't prove me wrong. And then people try to prove you wrong. Or
I will say there is some, there are biblical scholars, and there is some science involved in it.
Right.
You know, in
but
verifying
Christian
that certain
Christian-
pieces are real.
Chri-
But no,
Christian
that's not the
science
same
isn't
as
a
science.
fucking thing. Christian
No,
science.
well, no, there
they have
there is a
Christian
whole.
science places. No, I know. We had a
There's like
Christian
the
science
place called the Christian Science Reading Room.
Yeah, no,
I'm
I
afraid
know.
to
We
go
had
in there
one
and
here.
find out what the fuck that is.
I did research on it, and I found out they literally
Jesus.
just anything they can hold on to that's scripture. Well, that's science too, and that's the other thing that I was like laughing about the other day when somebody was like, "Oh, well, the Earth's got to be flat because of blah blah blah." You can manicure the Bible to say anything.
Yeah,
If you
any
wanted to say-
post hoc
if you wanted-
connection, right?
If you want to say that it is on a globe and there are outer space stars and blah blah blah, you literally can. Why are you guys pigeonholing yourselves out of existence when you literally could be pigeonholing yourself into existence?
Yeah, this is true.
Hey Al.
Hey,
Okay, let's crack on because there's so much idiocracy that he says in
There
the next
you are.
7 fucking minutes. And glad to
Hey,
see you, Al.
everybody.
Glad to see
So
you.
important to
I don't
annihilate
look that
who
good,
seeks
but
to
you
prove
know,
the shape of the Earth might not be what is
I
advertised
know,
in
babe.
scientific
Just
literature.
rest, hon.
Those ideologically possessed by scientific authoritarianism cannot simply be satisfied with knowing what they think they know about the Earth or the Moon. They feel it necessary to cut a man down for daring to think differently. For what reason, or for whatever reason, it enrages the people who will listen to this debate that guys like me, a member of the proletariat, does not bend the knee to the likes of men like Dr. Fauci, Sam Harris, or my former debate partner, Craig. I refuse to be bullied.
Ooh, he called out Craig. Oh,
He called out Craig.
I'm
Oh, he did. Yes, he did.
Nobody's balanced.
Craig railed on him hard in their debate.
Nobody motherfucking bows their knee to those people.
Yes.
What they do is they give them respect and they look to them for advice, like Fauci.
Yeah.
Yes.
The people that know what they're talking about.
He gave us recommendations. He said, you know what you should probably do? You should probably stay 6 feet away from each other. And, if you put a little like face thing on, so if you accidentally cough or, it's like your underpants when you fart, it's just in case your underpants just in case. Yeah. Because you don't want to get in your pants. Go ahead.
I want to make a South Park reference if I could be afforded the opportunity. Let's say that Craig, FTFE Craig, he shares something in common with Brian Boitano, and that is that he doesn't take shit from anybody.
That's right.
Oh my God.
No, I can say Craig is a little comes off as a little abrasive, but he'll give you the respect, as much respect as you get as he gets back, right?
He never does it first.
No,
he will respect
when you start pushing his buttons, he will start pushing and pushing and pushing.
And why the fuck not? He's a fucking seaman. Seamen fucking have a dirty tongue. You know what I'm saying? They know all the cuss words in lots of different languages. So
and
again,
like the song says, semen, not like the ones that you rub off your mom's lips.
Yeah,
the
not
ones that can what do you call what's that song? One that can steer ships or something.
Steer ships. There you go. Yeah, there you go, Mama. Oh, yeah. So he was in the Navy, correct? If I'm remembering that properly.
He was in the Royal Navy. Mm-hmm.
He was in the Royal Navy, and he helped steer or help.
He was on
with
sub. Mm-hmm.
Oh, and that's even scurrier and harder. And you know what? If you're in a submarine and you don't get fucking your depth right, where you are and any other things, then you explode yourself. If you hit a rock, if you hit the coral reef, if you abrase things, you're gonna freaking explode. So, you think the Royal Navy fucking didn't let him know that Earth was fucking flat? If anybody was taught the Earth was fucking flat, it was submariners.
Yeah,
literally. Yeah, and then they were nuclear, exactly, Al. Nuclear subs. If that's the craziest thing that people put together and decided that they were going to do.
Yep,
make a nuclear underwater fucking exploding thing with any kind of failure. My stepdad was contracted by the Navy to build unmanned sea vehicles, and I've talked about this many times. And so I got to go on multiple submarines, not while it was moving or nothing, but when they were docked, I went down in them. They're trippy as hell, dude. Like their hallways are barely bigger than my shoulders.
Yeah.
Most people, my stepdad, he was this huge ass bear-like dude. He had to walk through freaking halfway, and his stomach wouldn't always go through some of the portholes and the door holes, which are like a port, But I spent time down in submarines, and it's not fun. And now that I think about it and know what we're talking about, having that nuclear thing in that weird small little space with only like certain cutoffs in between certain places, and then seeing how thin the hole is, like when they would just drop it down like 30 feet, the whole thing would go
make noises,
make all these it was scurry.
Metal would make noises as it goes to the depth, and
because of pressure on the outside. They do give it a way for it to like take in and out the pressures, like it's made to expand and contract.
It has some give. Yeah.
You're right. Yeah. But when you're a 14-year-old, that shit's fucking scurry.
Well,
to fucking
especially when you
hear
go
and
from
shit.
the warmer water and stuff, and you down to the
Too
colder
cold. Yeah,
water.
sure.
You're gonna hear those noises as it contracts and expands and all that.
So if anybody if anybody on the earth knows how the fucking globe works, it is fucking FTFE. One of those people. You know what I'm saying? Anybody who's been a submariner, they understand. And same with aircraft carriers and other things. You think that they could like accidentally fucking run those aground? Fuck no, dude. Like that's a gazillion and a half dollars you just ruined. They have to make them go where they need to go.
And when it comes to aircraft carriers, if
precisely.
you go down below, the hallways are not very wide either, because they have to accommodate all this stuff.
Yeah, no, they have
So
like
you're still
they have, like,
living in cramped quarters.
They have like 10,000 people that work on one aircraft carrier.
It's
some
us
crazy
literally
number.
a city on the water.
Yeah. My homie that I hang out with at the bar, he worked on the flight deck and he refueled everything that landed on there and other things on the deck. Yeah, he's told me crazy stories, and it's like, you think the government is gonna like not be able to tell a handful of captains and other people that the Earth isn't a globe? Like, oh my Jesus Christ, bro! And I know we're getting off because we're talking about the moon landing hoax, which couldn't have been done, especially with the CGI or the computer graphics
The technology
they had
at the time. Yeah, the technology at the time, they couldn't have done it.
Yeah, the technology.
Even the movie tricks, they couldn't have done it.
Yeah, exactly. So, anyways, let's track on with this idiot talking about QAnon conspiracies instead of he'll get to them in a second. Other than him just scapegoating his way out and gaslighting us
into believing in things that I'm not certain to be so. I refuse to cower to a faceless and angry mob. What transpired?
Nobody asked you to, brah. Just fucking go on with your fucking.
He was literally talking about the chat that night, and I guess the people that probably commented afterwards.
I guess he's a little butt.
Nobody was literally like, it wasn't like torches and pitchforks like he's making it out to be.
No, I'm guessing from knowing our community, people were just asking questions or like
the usual
proposing certain statements.
Yeah,
no, totally.
It was the usual crap that happens. It wasn't like worse than that.
Yeah, no, it's the same thing we always do, and here and other places we never go after people.
I don't think his skin is as thick as it should be for him to be doing this.
Well, he is a frog, and so amphibians are pretty thin. Anyways.
Fired for over 48 hours during and after my last debate, a torrent of attacks by my former debate partner's most creepiest supporters and Craig himself, merely because I am skeptical of the moon landing. Here's just a brief example of what I endured: blatant misrepresentations about my beliefs. Now, I'm no flat earther by any meaningful metric. I have zero about the shape of the planet. I don't believe.
When you say you have zero opinion, that means you're a flat earther.
And calling scientism flat earth.
Yeah, and
he already said it is a fucking religion. So
being an anti-vaxxer as well.
You
know, the COVID lie, all this shit. Yeah, you're a flat earther.
It's all in that vein. But
yeah, airplanes stop the stupid. He says airplanes have more room to move than either one of those thingy mobobbers. And like if you're on a schooner or you're on like multiple versions of different water vessels, there's not a lot of room, even on the fucking multi-million dollar
sailing
yachts.
boats and
even
on the little yachts, the small ones,
even those. I mean, you're literally when we would go deep sea fishing with my stepdad in the middle of the ocean, the small little boat that we had, you're literally like touching elbows with somebody, or you're shoulder to shoulder with somebody most of the time. I mean, they were big, but they're not big because most of the vessel has to be the buoyant part of it.
Right.
So you don't have internal room, especially if you got a bunch of big, huge humans on it. You know what I'm saying? the more huge humans you have on it, the more and equipment and food and alcohol and beer and you know what I'm saying, marijuana and all all the things that you always have on a boat. I'm just kidding.
Right.
All right,
Pass the time somehow.
I mean, you have to transport the drugs somehow. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, FBI.
Gotcha.
I'm just kidding,
Just gotta watch out for
FBI.
the Coast Guard.
yeah. I'm kidding, Coast Guard. I'm just.
That's the shape
Just
of the
a
earth.
joke.
For whatever reason, these cry bullies with an affinity for science feel the need to falsely label me a flat earther for not conforming with their ideological framework. Violent cultists do this. Religious fanatics.
How many people that don't believe in the moon landing are not flat earthers? Zero. Like literally.
And
If
you said,
if
do you notice how he made a new word up? Cry bullies.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Although I think I heard that somewhere else, but yeah, I'm sure he thinks he made
I
it
haven't
up.
heard it
or
much, but I'm sure it's been said
no.
in other places.
Oh, 4chan thing maybe. Anyways, let's try.
All I hear from him is wah, wah,
Yeah.
wah.
I feel like
I
he's
mean,
a 4chaner.
He could be.
He's in that era. I mean, he looks really young. But
I
don't
did ask
know.
him here about him being influenced by social media because if you look at his age, he looks like he grew up with social media.
He looks like
he was
his-
definitely influenced to a point by social media.
He looks like
So
he's
that tells you.
29-ish or something,
Mhm.
So
I'm thinking late 20s, mid to late 20s.
yeah. All right, let's crack on with this.
Sucking his mama's titty.
No, he does that every night before he goes to bed, even though he's 29.
Excuse me.
Do this. Terror organizations engage in this behavior, and apparently so do those who are overly enthusiastic about scientific knowledge. Another interesting observation was denial.
Wait, most of us are not over, and I don't give a fuck about science. I mean, this is part of my job now, but I'm not over enthusiastic about whatever. I have fun with this. That's why we do drunken news. I get drunk and we talk about fucking new
and honestly,
innovations.
He's putting down science that gave him the computer that he's streaming on, that microphone that he's being recorded on, the camera that he's being. Yeah,
he's an electrician.
Yes,
all the fucking things you work around, bro, are
everything
called
you
technology.
use every day,
you twat.
you're poo-pooing on.
Yeah, you using a toilet, the way that your plumbing works, how your fucking new
and a lot of it you can
works.
thank NASA for.
Yeah, exactly.
Because they had some part of the components that were there. They developed to help. Excuse me, help all this.
Yeah, exactly.
Of observable reality from one of these priests of science. Sometimes this is referred to as coping. I made a cheeky offhanded comment about my former debate partner's drug use on
throwing out fucking word salad.
So
I made an accurate
this new
statement.
word coping.
Copium.
This new word coping they're throwing out.
Yeah.
This is because the lack of coping with these snowflakes.
Yeah.
Have you noticed that?
Yes, of course.
They were not taught to cope as the previous generations were not taught to cope about what happened to them, and so it's like, in my opinion, they were not taught to cope very well with life's
they don't have a
unfairness,
skin, or they can't take fucking criticism.
And so if things don't go their way, they have to, complain to mommy about it and let mommy take care of it.
Of course, exactly.
Marijuana is a chemical enhancer, and it's addictive. And the coping response is it's just a plant. I never said or suggested otherwise, but an interesting deflection from a correct statement I made nonetheless. Later on, during the 48-hour struggle session I endured, I presented multiple different scholarly sources that marijuana is addicting, from Yale Medicine, WebMD.
What does this have to do about the moon landing being a hoax?
And even the Canadian government. Also, it's kind of self-evident that marijuana is addictive. You don't need a PhD or a lab coat to get
What
that
is
one
that?
right.
What does that have to
Finally,
do with
another
the moon
interesting
landing?
attack used against me was my proclivity
Hold on, Slim.
to be in favor of book bans.
How do you not see the connection?
Well, I guess people were saying. Well, I guess in the comments, somebody said that he was a stoner or something, and now he's crying about
He
that.
jumped on FTFE because FTFE kept hitting his bowl.
Oh, that's what it was.
Which he does because he does it for the pain in his body.
Just like I do.
He has said to the point he's gotten past where it gets him high. It's to help the pain. It's to the point where it's for the pain. He says, I'm not going back to the prescription drugs. I'd rather be doing this.
Did you guys know that the original marijuana plant was actually found on the first manned moon mission, where they picked it and brought it back? And then that's why in the late 60s, early 70s, it became such a popular drug.
There you
That's
go.
why he's saying this. That's why he's saying this.
And then Slim found it, took it back in time.
We
to
are
the 20s
that's right.
and 30s.
That's right.
Yeah.
We're
and
just
planted it. Yeah.
this frogman is making the frogman's making so many important connections here, and they're flying over everyone's head.
Yes, and Frog, I'm sure that you might find this at some point in time. And actually, I'm going to tag you, and we're going to try to have people like have you find us. Just to, I want to fuck with you.
I shared it and tagged him in the sharing, so hopefully he sees it.
Okay,
he'll see.
We'll figure out a way to maybe get him more attention to get him over here. But I have scoliosis so horribly that it hurts me to just sit up. So I have to do this throughout the stream because then I don't have pain, even though I'm drinking the whole time and stuff. But what does that have to do with the moon landing being a hoax?
Right.
Certainly true. These science enjoyers don't seem to mind or are in complete denial of the fact that pornographic content is being pushed on the youth of America throughout the public education system. And no matter how many videos of grieving parents.
Oh my God, that was great. Oh my God, that's great. Watch MC Toon again.
On the youth of America.
Oh, that's so good. That's so good. He's like, when are we getting
looking at his watch?
Yeah, like, and he does exactly what I do. I don't have a watch, and I always look at my watch, and that's freaking great.
You know, he did get off on a tangent with FTFE about it, and I would rather people, if they're going to get addicted to anything for pain, let it be marijuana rather than opioids.
That's exactly similarly when
you don't OD on marijuana. Do you know what I mean?
And when I didn't understand what I was taking when I was taking tramadol, my ex that I was with, she would give me these small little itty bitty pills a couple times a day for my back. And at first I was like, these aren't narcotics, right? And she's like, no, they're just like extra pain pills. I was like, okay. Then she left for fucking 2 weeks to go back to LA to go do the hair for all these famous people and nails and shit, because that's what she did. I was laying on the floor shaking, like not having a good day. I'm not gonna put you through all what happened to me, because I ran out of these things. I didn't realize how hardcore they were. So now I'm like, I'm good with just beer and fucking weed, dude. I
know exactly what you went through, dude. As I said before, I was addicted to opioids. This shit.
Yeah, I didn't realize what they were. I should have done more research, but that's my fault. But anyways, let's crack on with this.
Education system. And no matter how many videos of grieving parents at these school board meetings exist, or literal students being penalized for refusing to engage with the pornographic content, these creeps who worship.
What pornographic are you talking? Like, dude, you're so fucking.
He's talking about books now. He's in favor of book banning.
Yeah, obviously, but like, where are their children and parents honestly crying? It's actually the weirdos that are anti it that just want to ban the books. That
the only place I know is banning books right now is Utah, because they made a law about pornographic. Whatever, but it's a very vague law.
So that means the Bible. Means the Bible.
The Bible should be banned. Yeah.
Does it not seem like this guy's bought hook, line, and sinker every fucking thing out there?
Yes,
except reality. Reality is the one drug he won't take.
Yeah,
exactly.
Altar of science still deny it. What I'm trying to say is the people who loudly preach the gospel of scientific theories are not infallible. They're not perfect. Many of them are not even good. They cloak their nefarious demons in their soul with objectivity and scientific gibberish. But I see many of these people for who they really are. Bitter, hateful, resentful, and violent if they could be. I thank God every day that many of my ideological opponents are weak. But make no mistake.
Wait. Violent if we could be, bro.
Right.
What are you talking? What?
Go MAGA.
And many of his ideological opponents are weak, but he's the one like whining about his ideological opponents.
And he's snowflaking out like a motherfucker because the side chat beat him up pretty much.
Of course,
So
he believes in God.
you're the fucking bitch in this at this point. And you know what? I might punch you in the face. I don't know. But if we wanted, if our side wanted to be violent, or science believers wanted to be violent, then why would we? Why does it matter that your dumbasses don't believe in certain things? The only reason why we do these things is because people get grifted on. Eric Dubay fucking gets paid stupid amounts of money to sell his fucking dumb books and his audio videos and the stones you put up your arse or whatever the fuck he's selling. Just like that fucking what's his name that fucking cusses everybody out.
Nathan Oakley.
That fucking
him
teabag.
There's
I guess
the
he's
Indian
teabagging
guy
himself.
or the whatever, and he always cusses everybody out. It doesn't matter.
I just know being the bottle guy.
There's a lot of teabagging for a guy with no
Mark-
fucking balls.
And then Mark Sargent, and then all of these people are
There's
just
so many of them.
grifting. They're just grifting off of it.
I
Fucking
think
Dirt.
it's Santos Bonacci, maybe.
Santos. There we go. Santos. That's
That
what I
guy's.
was.
Oh, he's the foul
And
mouth
then-
guy.
Yeah, but he sells these little patches that are like this big.
Yeah. He's Australian and had to run from
whatever.
Australia and go to Mexico.
Yeah.
Because he owes over 100K in fines in Australia.
Yeah.
He's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Can I also say that
Yeah.
we're at 1 hour 11 minutes here,
Uh-huh.
and Fucknuts here hasn't said a single fucking thing about the moon landing.
He said the moon one time. So
Did he?
far.
Yeah, but he was talking about pulling his pants down and flashing his ass.
It was just like he just mentioned the moon landing hoax,
And
and
that's
that
it.
was it. He didn't go into it
Yeah.
at all.
He
just-
never said.
Okay.
He's never said
It
anything
was.
about it so far.
So far, it's anything but.
Anything but. That's executively. Yeah, they banned freaking Anne Frank's diary.
And they banned The
Jesus.
Handmaid's Tale in Utah, which doesn't
Well,
surprise
that-
me because it's about
that's
what they want to
thing-
have happen.
Yeah. That doesn't surprise me. But anyways, let's crack on.
About it, ladies and gentlemen, because if they had the means to wipe out guys like me, they would if they could get away with it. We can marvel all day about
That's not a thing.
The moons to wipe out guys like me.
Nobody's trying to take you out, homie. Don't worry. You're not gonna be a fucking.
Hey, Crook Report, how you doing?
Hey, Crook. You're not gonna be a fucking martyr. Don't worry about that. I know
You're
you
not.
all want to be martyrs. I know you want to be martyrs so bad, but you're not gonna be a fucking martyr.
You're not persecuted. Yeah, they're not
and
persecuted. like they think
nobody's
they
going.
are.
Nobody's going after you. Literally, a couple people made fun of you in a chat and or in
Yeah.
comments. Oh my God, grow thicker skin, dumb cunt. Literally, you're the fucking little snowflake, not us.
I would say
We're-
use what you went through with FTFE and what he went through with that MXC Toon. Learn
Yeah.
from it and put it towards your next debate.
Yeah.
So that's what you do this for.
Wow.
Something like that, West Side. Yeah.
and bro, the only reason why we're at this point to where a lot of us just make fun of y'all is because this is like the 59th 69th time that we've heard this crap and we've already debunked it 69 fucking times. So at this point in time, I can't not be like a not cordial to y'all at some point because you people think that you're the first one to sputter up this thing in this zeitgeist in this space, which is called the YouTubes, in a debate and thinking that you're going to get the one up. No, bro, this is like the gazillionth time I goddamn heard this bullshit. And I've been doing this only 4 fucking years. And I've already fucking heard the same exact fucking lines that you're sputtering out your fucking mouth hole. Yes. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just play this, and I'm gonna go grab another burr, and then when I come back,
grab a bar.
But let's just keep cracking on.
Science's many great achievements, if you will. But let us not forget that science brought us the atom bomb, biological weapons, child genital mutilation, and the means to carry out the most heinous acts known to man, which can only be done on an industrial scale thanks to science. In 2020, science was used to strip my fellow Americans of their constitutional and human rights, forcing people, making them uncomfortable, and outright threatening them for refusing to inject pharmaceutical products into their body, for refusing to put on useless cloth bags over their mouths. The priests of science convinced the developed world to shutter their own businesses, forego their individual liberty, arrest and detain anybody wanting to play outside, and to censor the lawful speech of political dissidents such as myself, who said, no, I will not shut up. I will not take the drugs. I will not bend the knee to little Tony Fauci, and I will not comply.
Okay.
So you're back to this again.
Dude, he's back to science brought us X, Y, and Z, some bad stuff, right? Okay, and whatever, and the jet. But science brought us roads. Science brought us clean water. Science brought us electricity. Science brought us a whole bunch of good things, too.
Science did not bring us genital mutilation, by the way. That was fucking...
No, that was happening...
All right, cunt.
That was happening.
That was happening a long time ago.
That was happening in ancient times. There's been ancient cultures that have been cutting off women's clitorises for a long time, and then circumcising has been a thing before the Judaism, I believe.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So yeah.
So this guy's only looking at one side of things. He's not looking at the other side of things.
Well, he's totally pigeonholing himself and saying, "Oh, it's this," but it's like, no. If you actually look at history and study history and look at cultures that were around and before Christianity or Jerusalem, and because the Romans are the ones that hung Jesus. It wasn't the Jews. The Jews told the Romans where he was because they didn't like him, and the Romans were already looking for him. So once again, you people don't understand history properly. And so, okay, let's crack on.
For those listening with an open mind and heart, please do not despair. Do not be afraid to think for yourself. Do not be afraid to espouse different ideas, and it's okay to be skeptical of extraordinary claims that require.
Yeah, we all do that, but that's exactly why you're debating, and so that you can put up your argument against somebody else who has proof of other things and stuff.
Yeah, extraordinary evidence. A lot of brave men and women died so we can be different and think differently.
People didn't have to die for that. I'm just saying.
Well, yeah, we did a lot of fucking wars that didn't make any fucking sense. But the other thing is, and nobody's anti people thinking different ways. It's just when you start acting like you're a dumb cunt, then we have to call you out.
If you got a good heart and soul, resist this while you still can. If you got a voice, use it and speak out while you still can, before they try and take that away from you. I know it in my bones to be true.
What's scary is he's reading this whole thing.
True. If Craig had his way, he'd stomp on me.
He's reading. It's fucking a script.
He's reading it.
And flat earthers.
He never once looks up
bugs.
the camera.
No, he doesn't.
Horse laughing at the suffering he inflicts upon us for daring to rebuke his precious science. All I saw the past few days are bloodthirsty tyrants who would gladly censor my speech because saying the moon landing is fake pisses them off. There's no reason for me to believe in the moon landing occurred as it's advertised by the regime media propagandists. If I can't see them,
Jesus Christ.
I'm with this guy. Let's ban books, ban science. Let's ban free thinking. Let's live in the world of 1984.
Just stop calling me names online.
It has been propagated by that, but sure. But it started a long time ago before what he was saying, for sure. Anyways.
Machines, tools, and flag left behind on the surface of the moon, then what is the point? Those opposed to me are willing to lie to me to my face
If you have a strong enough laser and you point it in the right place, the right
That's the thing is he has to actually see it himself.
Well, fucking do it, dumb
without
cunt.
any help.
Yeah, well,
Apparently.
fucking you want to know what sucks for you, Frog? You're already wearing glasses, you idiot.
Right?
If you take your glasses off, can you fucking see anything? What are you, farsighted or nearsighted, right? So if you
I'm guessing if he's in his house, if he can't see outside, outside doesn't exist. Right? Because he can't see it.
Yeah.
So
Well,
therefore it doesn't exist.
That's how he has sex with his mom. He just takes his glasses off and pretends it's his sister. Anyways, fuck you, Frog. I hope you fucking watch this. It'd be amazing if you watch this. But anyways, right? Like I love it.
Yes, reader, your brain. Oh.
Yes. I love when idiots say that. And
It's
I'm
the
not
genetic fallacy. Well, if I can't see it, how do we know it exists? I
Or
can't
the
see the
other-
Eiffel Tower, but I know it exists.
Yeah, and not just that, but again, if you have to wear glasses, hearing aids, or any other aid to get your senses to work, a numbing cream, a denumbing cream, freaking your joints hurt, and you have to rub things on it so that you're changing your perception, you dumb cunt. And our perception as animals is fucking stupid.
See,
We're not
our senses are awful.
Yeah, we're not supposed to record data like a film camera or a it's not. We're only supposed to be able to understand enough to not get killed by using senses, and then remembering really the basics of when that bear almost killed us. Because we don't need to know all the facts about it. You just need to know, big bear, you ran and got away somehow.
Instinct. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Survival instinct.
And if you see somebody getting shot, or you see a robbery happening, or something in front of you that's very putting on your emotions, you're not going to remember that properly.
Right.
So, and then every time you think of recalling an incident, you think of the last time that you recalled the incident, not the actual incident, because that's how your brain works. If you recall something, it's going to erase the other part because it needs memory. It needs to, so it's just filling in gaps. And it's just, so that's why the fish was this big, even though you caught a minnow.
Right.
You know, it's just like why MAGA, it's just like why MAGA men say they're 7 inches, 8 inches long, and they have micro penises.
But yet they wear ties that pretty much go all the way down to their penis.
Yeah, they're like, I'm huge, and his wife's like, yeah. I'll just have the pool boy.
Keep telling yourself that, hon. Someday it may come true.
Yeah, well, and they can't even get them pregnant. It's usually the pool boy or the mailman that's getting them pregnant. Anyways, all right, let's crack on.
About addictive nature of drugs and pornography being forced.
What does that have to do with fucking the moon landing being fake?
Onto the children of the United States public education system. If they're willing to do that, why wouldn't they lie about man on the moon? So with that being said, why is it so important?
That is the hugest motherfucking
government lies, therefore all everything government says is a lie.
Yeah.
That's his thing, because government has lies in certain things, possibly, right? We know government can lie in certain situations, but does that mean they always lie? No.
And what has happened? Certain things have been declassified, and now we know about a lot of those things. So, why wouldn't they at some point tell us that is? I don't know, but it's still silly, because the only reason you know about motherfucking MK Ultra is because they declassified shit and a couple other.
Can I address Commander's pornography thing really quick?
Yeah, of course.
I remember when when the movie standards came into play, and they had it where if women were on a bed with a man, they had to have one leg hanging down, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And they asked Mae West about pornography, and she even said, "I consider war pornography."
Yeah.
You know, it was like, what is pornography? It's such a broad term. You know,
we have food porn. We have foot. I mean, anything that is fetishized,
correct,
is pornography.
Porn is not always sex.
No, of course not. And like when we do fetish scenes of a certain genre, like rubber play or something, there's usually not penetration. Or if it's a whipping scene or flogging or piercing, we usually don't end up having sex at the end. Maybe in the back room we will, but that's
not out in public. You're in private at that point.
Yeah, and so that's freaking porn.
Yes, Commander.
Exactly. So let's crack on.
Important for people like me to believe what you do and to obey the curriculum in the public education system surrounding the moon landing. Thank you for everybody who listened.
Nothing except you believe in it. It didn't happen or something like that. Just a brief mention.
So we're gonna play a couple things right quick, which is where's my there it is. We're gonna do this.
That's not how it works. That's not how any of this works.
Oh.
And off you go. There we go. And it's easy to clean off.
It's easy to clean. Done.
Done. Oh my Jesus Christ. So I have not seen this. So we're going to all be popping our cherries together unless you watch this stream. I have no idea who's going to say what next.
I think MC Toon made notes, but I can't remember now.
I'm so interested to find out.
I know TFE did, yeah.
What people fucking said right after this, because god damn, dude, like how can you fucking go after that? Like you're just like, oh my god, where
so amazing.
No fucking even pretend. He didn't even try to pretend to give any evidence of that. He just
you're welcome, reader. Glad we could help.
Yeah,
I haven't seen so much fucking nonsense. It's
just so bad. That was that 7 minutes was so bad.
Well, people must feel like at a fucking Trump rally when he's going to talk about fucking anything to do with the government or what his plans are for the government.
Right.
And he just fucking talks about sharks and batteries and
thank you. And Hannibal Lecter.
I mean, I've heard of people actually walking out at Trump rallies when he's on there now. He is so terrible now.
Yes, exactly, Commander.
He's awful.
Yes, FTFE deserves all of the respect, and we give him all of the respect. Always. Absolutely. For sure.
We're crave friendly. This channel is very crave friendly.
Yes, and thank you, Jasper, for the one gifted membership, and whoever became a member. Let's go ahead.
That was Marcy Collins, HDT for life.
Awesome. So,
hey, precious.
But welcome for being a new member, and here we go with this. Yes, it is that Pew Pew guy. I'm a little sus about the Pew Pew stuff on his channel. I don't think he's ever shot a gun, but I need to go through his channel again. And
he probably has it, but you're right. He may unless he has airsoft guns or something like that.
Yeah,
I can't see him shooting an actual Pew Pew gun.
No, I don't think so.
But who knows? Who knows?
Yeah, I'll have to look more into his channel. So, anyways, let's crack on and hear what the response is that both of these people have after he just sputtered out all of that fucking nonsense.
Right. Okay, we're gonna now move into the next section here.
Yeah, no, it was totally and gaslighting like a
Do we
motherfucker.
want to go through MC
Toon,
Toon's
would I be
response? Are we doing?
Well,
I
that's-
forgot
that-
we did after this. Was it MC Toon responding to him?
I
would
think
like
so
to
right
hear
now. So let's
Okay.
go ahead. I think that's what's happening next.
I know
Yeah,
it
and
just
if not-
happened, but the brain doesn't quite anymore.
It's okay. It's okay. So let's crack on, and if not, then we'll get to him respond. But I think that's what's going on right now.
Correct in saying that your evidence that you provided, your arguments all revolved around the feather and hammer example, and you provided, different arguments all related to that, correct?
Yes, I did present evidence.
Okay, Watch Frog, if
So
you
he did the feather and the
maybe
bowling
just
ball
say
on the moon.
in like 30 seconds.
In a vacuum, is that what it was?
Yeah, it was on the moon. The astronauts brought them both and dropped them on the moon.
Okay.
That was his evidence. Yeah.
Okay.
Seconds, what your main points were that you would like MC Toon to address?
I do have questions for him, but I'll also kind of restate my skepticism of the moon landing. My personal philosophy is that if something or someone makes a claim, I should be able to verify it independently myself, without the reliance of people like my debate partner or.
So,
okay, keep going a bit. Let him go a little bit more. Let him finish the sentence.
My former debate partner, Craig. I think it's important for people to think for themselves.
Don't go too long here. I just am saying what you're saying is your main argument that you want MC Toon to address is that you are skeptical, you don't have enough evidence.
Correct.
Okay, go ahead and pause it.
And they.
So he wants to be able to validate it himself. So this is where, yeah.
Yes, and so you know how the world works when we have scientific knowledge.
Reader.
Yeah. Why doesn't this asshole just fly to the fucking moon?
Well, and the other
save
thing
us all
is
from this fucking bullshit for a long
we
ass
don't
time.
we don't start from not understanding medical technologies just because you haven't experienced it. You go to medical school where they're like, oh, well, now we have these things called MRIs. And now you use these things to look inside the body. We have X-rays. We have all these other what I got to start from the beginning and learn how to like figure out a way to look inside people's bodies. No, motherfucker. It is called the ladder of science, or there's something of the things where you build.
They literally had to start with opening up bodies to see what's in there,
and then
we see where they were, and they did drawings of bodies, and that's where Grey's Anatomy came from, and they just kept progressing from there.
And then now we don't just look at illustrations. We can put a body inside of a machine or around sensors, and now we can check. So just because you didn't firsthand see the progression of medical science, are you telling me that if you get shot by bullets, Watch Frog, and you have to go to the hospital, you're not going to want the quick clot? You're not going to want them to take out the bullet, and so you because you didn't see the technology.
Also, he didn't see his conception himself. He didn't.
Yeah.
That he won't believe he was conceived, and
he doesn't even believe in himself because he didn't see his mom and dad fucking. Yeah, he didn't see his mom and dad fucking, so that the fucking egg and sperm went together, and he didn't. He didn't experience his fetal gestation, so he's not real.
Yeah. Yep.
You don't believe? Do you not believe in the first fucking 5 years of your life? Because that's usually.
I'm pretty sure we could show him the web link, and he could go back and watch it.
It'll be in the what would you call the deep web?
Somewhere out there. Somewhere out there, Flurf.
With his
rabbit hole
batter.
deep web is what we should say.
There's got to be some sort of Flurf conception.
Yeah.
Website somewhere. Because I mean, otherwise, how would you ever believe these fuckers exist?
Well, and because his dad's a micro penis, I don't think there was a deep anything happening when he was conceived.
There's probably a flat Earth hatchery somewhere. Flat Earther hatchery.
I think he was cucked. I still think his dad was tied up in the corner while his mom was getting fucked by the mailman or the bread man or the Coca-Cola man. I don't care. Prove me wrong, Watch Frog.
Oh my god.
If there's not 4K of your video of your mom not getting cucked while your dad's in the corner by the pool boy, then I don't believe you exist. Okay, did I go far enough? I think I did. Okay, let's keep going.
May I address what he actually spoke about the hammer and the feather?
So this is what we're going to do now. Watch, Frog. I'm going to hand this to you for about 10 minutes if you need that much. What I'm saying
just
is
a few seconds.
This is.
Yeah, we know you. It only takes you a couple seconds to jerk off on that anime pillow that you have, or the. Never mind. Okay, I'll stop.
What we're going to do. I'm going to give you about 10 minutes. You don't have to take all the time, and you're in the driver's seat. You can ask MC Toon as many questions as you would like about attacking his arguments and addressing why you think they're not good or whatever. Does that make sense? So
Sure.
MC Toon may talk a lot because you'll be asking him questions. This is not a matter of who's talking the most, but you're in the driver's seat. You're going to go after what MC Toon said, and then I will give him the opportunity to do the same to you.
I love
Sound
his,
all
I
right?
love his cow mug.
Correct.
Go for it.
All right. Well, I just spoke quite a bit, so I'm just going to ask really quickly. Again, the footage isn't entirely convincing or compelling. There is another footage that exists, I'm sure you have seen it, of the American flag being planted on the moon and the flag itself, not the pole, remaining upright. Yeah, we have
Okay, I'm gonna let him finish.
this feather and hammer falling straight down. Is there a reason for that you might be able to explain?
That was confusing as fuck. What did you just ask, bro? You totally just asked two questions.
He
Right?
asked about the American flag one, but then
Yeah.
he shifted to the feather and the bowling ball.
So he
Or
literally
the feather
just
and the
asked-
hammer. The feather
he
and the
literally
hammer
just-
on the moon.
He literally he smashed together two motherfucking questions, right?
He did.
Okay.
But it's okay. It'll be helped.
I'll give you something to bite down on. Read it. I'm just kidding. Anyways, sorry. Yeah, no, this is insanely silly.
This is so funny.
Well, the flag had a cross member, didn't it? Across the top.
Yeah, so it had a pole going across the top and then a pole going down. So it had a 90-degree angle. Pole thingy is of the bobbers, and the flag only waved when. So what they did, if I remember properly, and if not, it doesn't matter. But I think they put already a tube down into the sand, and then they
and then had the spring bar across the top to keep top out.
So it was multiple things happening, and the flag only waved when he was trying to.
When they put it in, it moved because when you're in very little gravity. Well, it's pretty much zero gravity. Any little movement will make it move a lot, right?
And then it stopped, and they always clip it, and they always clip it as soon as right as soon as it stops, they clip it, going, it kept moving. No, it fucking actually stopped. And totally, Reader of Pain, you totally walked right into that one.
Yes.
All right, so let's crack on with what this idiot says, and then we'll see.
Curious. I'm just asking. I'm not even debating. I'm just curious. You can answer that.
Why are you here if you're not debating, you dumb cunt? Literally, what the fuck is? Anyways, let's crack.
Hammer and feather fell straight down.
Yeah, but the actual flag, not the pole, the flag remained upright, seemingly, unless I'm misremembering it.
So you didn't actually look into this at all?
No,
absolutely not. I have no reason to believe any of this occurred.
Don't stop it.
So you did.
Okay.
Zero background investigation on the topic.
I use logic and reason to come to the conclusion that there's zero reason for me to believe that the moon landing occurred.
So no evidence. You didn't use any evidence.
So go ahead and pause. He didn't even look into it. He just is like, that didn't happen. No, I don't believe that.
Reason.
But why would you look into something that you wanted to deny when
But the thing is that if you want to
finding it as true,
you need to look at both sides and then
Oh,
right? But
no, maybe Mama,
why should I look into that? Yeah.
You might want to let them know.
It's not something I should look into because logic dictates it shouldn't have stayed upright.
Well, if you're so smooth
what's
brain,
the gravity on the moon? Does Buddy know what it's purported to be?
I believe it's 1/5 of the Earth or something like that.
I thought it was 1/6, but either way, I wonder if Buddy knows the claim.
Same different, and not just that, bro, but I know that he hates science because his brain is so smooth, but
well, he's a skeptic. I mean, hello.
He's a testable.
Everything is.
You know what testicle he is? He's that one that always hugs next to your body while the other one hangs down. He's the one that wants to stay close to mama. You know what I'm saying? That's what testicle he is.
The moon is
All right.
1.62 meters per second squared.
Okay, so
That's gravity. I mean, sorry.
And it doesn't matter. Obviously, it's different
It's
because
pretty
of the things and stuffs.
Yeah.
But let's crack on because this, like he just said, I didn't look into the numbers, math, and or measurements of anything.
Right.
Yeah, that's exactly why you don't understand, you twat whistle. That's the problem. And that's exactly what happened. I know it's what happened in the fucking comments in the side chat. People asked him, what are the measurements? That's what we do, right? We normally don't call you a fucking idiot until like, oh my Jeepus Christ, like we get to this point. Even though I've been calling you one the whole time because I already fucking knew who you it is. Most likely our community is really actually nice about these things. And we ask you questions to rebut or to be like, okay, well, what are the 3 little questions that we like ask people? It's the angle of one. It's the angle of one and one, right? Or something like that. And
the
then
triangle. Or the inside
the triangle.
angles. Yeah.
Yeah, and the 1, 1, 1, and what it would be, and then there's the 2 other ones I don't remember off the top of my head.
The 5 times, what is 5 times 0? And then there's one more, and I can't think of what the other one is.
Yeah,
But
and
those are
so
the main ones.
that's what you would ask a tiny little itty bitty. Oh, this Crash is asking for a wrench.
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay, hold on.
And Captive is here. Hi, Captive.
Hey, Captive. And so, anyways, those are like little jokes and or like what a 4th grader should know that I think at this point in time, or like 4th or 5th grader, right?
I would
And
say
it
more
matters
middle
on
school at this point, but yeah.
Okay, sure. But at least in 5th grade, you should understand those concepts, right? So, anyways, they're jokes, and there's a handful of other little questions that we ask as well, right? You know what I'm saying? Like we'll be like, what's the this or this? Or we're talking about the moon landing. Well, how many miles away is it? Or or what is this of the things of the stuffs and the mobbers?
Mm-hmm.
And then we're not making fun of you, and I'm pretty sure nobody was
we
like,
need to
really
make fun of it because we know it's going to.
No, I know.
Yeah.
But what I'm getting at is
Why?
I don't honestly think that the people in the side chat and or comments were being douches about.
No, they're just like inside jokes, like you say. Yeah,
and or we just test people with something like, if you don't know the number of this, what are you talking? Then you don't know. Then you can't even talk.
Then
to
how
us.
do you know? Yeah, like with this, if you have not researched the other side to see what's what, to see what could be, then you're ignorant. You don't want to know.
And once again, I'm a carny. I learned magic at a young age. I'm an honest skeptic right now. But the difference between me is I understand like how sideshow, the physics makes it so I can swallow a sword. I can lift weights for my piercings, 5 pounds per square inch of certain body flesh. There are all of these different freaking mathematical equations that we use to be able to eat glass, to walk on glass, to lift things from our piercing, to put our hands in animal traps, for me to swallow a sword, all these things. And if I step out the boundaries of those parameters, I kill myself.
Yep.
So I have a way great understanding, just like astronauts, like they're risking their lives constantly, right? Because you never know. Like, isn't there still 2 people up in the ISS or someplace where
there's a few people in the ISS and also the China space station.
Yeah, but isn't there like 2 people that are stuck up there, like from Russia, that they're trying to get back and they're not sure if they can get them back, and if they don't get them back in like 5 days now or something like that, they're gonna die. I don't know. So why would they do that?
They're not gonna die. But yeah, it's just the resources. They're just eating up the resources up there.
Yeah. So, anyways, why would Jesus Christ? I'm gonna say this right quick. Why would goddamn astronomers make up gazillions of miles, infinity number of light years, right, to make all these weird fake things and then keep making discoveries constantly to fake it? All you would have to do is just be like, oh yeah, it's like 1,000 miles outside of the fucking thing. The galaxy is this big instead of a gazillion. Like we never needed to make it infinity and then pretend to keep finding things out. We literally could have been like dark matter, even though that was recent, black holes, suns, or big balls of gases, planets, and moons, right?
Right.
We're done. Cool. All right, there you go.
Or better yet, you go back a few hundred years and you go to universities and you start suppressing all of the stuff people were learning to the point where you only have certain classes that are taught where everything is suppressed.
Yeah, of course.
You're still going to get people asking questions eventually, but if you can make the suppression part of it mainstream, where we live under a dome and blah blah blah, then globe earthers would be the weird
Flat
ones, or the
earthers.
ones like flat earthers. Yeah, you know
Well,
what I mean?
then everybody would turn into one, and then whatever.
Right.
The thing is you can't progress. I know I'm fucking beating the dead horse over and over.
The thing is, people do what Flat Earth side does, and this idiot does. I'm a skeptic. All this stuff happening, it's because of flat earthers, because we believe they forced the globe on us. That's why all this shit's happening.
Yeah, well, and the main other thing.
Only push flat Earth, it would be peace, love, harmony. There'd be no wars. We'd all just be running around naked and just be honey. You can forget there's humans.
Yeah, and the main part about these conspiratorial people is their life is so boring and they never achieved anything in their life. So for them to have purpose, like Kent Hovind and a handful of other people, is to make up these, oh my God, I know more than other people and I'm smarter than the nuclear fusion NASA scientists figured out a way to explode these weird crazy chemicals together to not explode everything, you know what I'm saying, like, and directionalize it and all you think you're smarter than astrophysicists? Like, how much crack are you smoking, motherfucker? Like, every once in a while I know, and I every once in a while I'm like, oh, I'm fucking smart, and I'm like, no, I'm the dumb carny. Duh, obviously, I'm the only the smart one.
Yeah,
like, you know, and that's the difference.
There are people that have dropped out of school.
Yeah,
Sovereign Soul and Shemine proudly proclaimed to Reds, I dropped out of school as soon as I could, and this guy thinks he takes his glasses off and his eyes can measure things.
Yeah, exactly. Similarly, by seeing it, and okay, so now that we've diverged that far, let's a little bit more.
Keep going.
I don't need anything. The government made the claim that the moon landing transpired the way that it did, and there's plenty of people such as myself that do not believe in it, even though at a very young age.
By looking at a couple of TikToks,
that we were taught that this event occurred, but you know, I'm not a scientist,
we have
and neither are little children.
We have video evidence, we have data, we have telemetry of the moon landings.
And it didn't go.
We don't just have NASA's word for it.
Yeah, and you know who was watching this happen was China and the USSR. Yeah, and Russia.
Yeah, you're right. USSR at the time. Yeah.
So if we would have done anything wrong or faked anything, who do you think are going to be the first people in the motherfucking world that are going to fucking prove us wrong?
Oh, but Slim, they were all in on it.
Oh yeah, everybody, because we signed the Antarctic
Because
Treaty.
reasons. Yeah, we had
because we then we can fake whatever the fuck we
which
want.
came out the same year as NASA.
Yeah,
Coincidence?
exactly. Yeah. Oh my God. Jesus Christ. I think that NASA became a thing because of the Antarctic Treaty and not in the conspiratorial way. I think they were like,
well, NASA was always a thing. It wasn't always named NASA.
No, it was called something. Yeah, it was called something else. It was the space trajectory, blah blah. It was something like
I forgot.
that.
Yeah, it was around for decades before.
Or
but
star, it was star something or something. I don't remember, but yeah, it was around then. That's why I think it happened is because then we had a space agency after the treaty.
NACA. There you go, Damon. Thank you.
Yeah, totally. That's exactly what it was. That's the Mexican space agency. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
The NACA.
Yeah. Anyways. Yeah, and once again, I'm going to say something. Smart people never say they're smart. So when people run around saying they're fucking smart and that they have a better understanding than other things than other people, don't trust them because when somebody has a degree in something, they shut their fucking mouth.
That's right.
You don't talk
Unlike
about
witless word salad is the number one high IQ flurf.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Witless is just he's my favorite. He's my favorite because he's so fucking dumb and so fucking cocksure about it too.
Yes,
I don't know. I don't know if you remember Nathan Thompson, but he was the one that
he was cocksure of himself for a while.
Oh yeah, he was too.
The motherfucker that I wanted to punch his fucking lights out constantly because like he fucking thought his shit didn't stink, and it's like, bro, your life is not going anywhere the way you think it is. It's not going up. It's only going down. You know, and like, I'm not saying that my life's perfect or that I'm fucking amazing. No, I'm just a fucking traveling hobo cyborg from the year 4020.
Oh, come now, Slim. Your life's never been better than pamphleting kindergartners. You've never risen above that level.
Or yelling at them while at recess.
I'm pretty sure I'm on the top of the head of Nathan Thompson in that regard. For sure, because I have never been
still
that
need a free
close
Geo. We still need a free Geo, that poor dog.
Yeah. I have handed out flyers to elementary children, but that's when I was working as a clown and working for events that were all ages that we were trying to get the information out to, and they usually had stickers on them and stuff, and they were promoting something that was like a charity or something. That's the only time where I have ever gotten close to children with handing them anything I would always give it to their parents, obviously, but none of them called the cops on me and had me stand 50 feet away from those events. I still am invited to all the events that we do. So yeah, my life is definitely better than Nathan Thompson's fucking punk ass. But once again, people who are down to earth and actually kind of know what they're talking about, I guess. I'm not trying to not fluff my own ego because I'm just going to stamp on what I just said, but I'm not the smart one here. But I obviously know more than some of these idiots, but I'm not claiming to be at all smart in any way, shape, or form. And he's married, Nathan Thompson married to Taser. Yeah, no,
Taser.
Yeah, I know he totally did.
Yeah, I understand that you're not a scientist. That's painfully obvious. So, in fact, you're not a researcher.
I love that. I love his backhanded,
Even...
insults.
Well, when you've been a teacher for this long, that I'm sure that's how you get back at the kids, right?
Yeah.
Like, I'm
but
not
just
saying
so backhanded. They're like, did he just insult me? I have no clue.
Yeah, exactly. I love when people are able to do that.
I think that was an insult. Do you think
Yeah.
Nah,
and you're like, no, it wasn't an insult. I told you that. But anyways,
it's not even like moon landing denier 101. That's like remedial moon landing denier stuff.
Yeah.
For people that are basically kindergartners.
Like I said, he watched a couple TikToks and said, "Oh, the moon landing must be fake because some fucking anonymous person, probably a Russian or Asian bot, made up to show Americans so that they could get us to be disillusioned and believe more in the conspiracy stuff, so that we want to go with Trump. Because remember, if the rich white man says something, well, it's got to be true, right? Because he's rich and white. No, he wasn't handed everything his goddamn motherfucking life and has never fucking lost anything, because, well, he's lost his shit, but he's a shit ton, but he's never like actually lost anything. He's just bankrupted a gazillion of things, and then not paid 10,000 local companies in the places that he's done conventions at. No, he's not a fucking snake loser. No, he's totally on the up and up because he's a white man who his daddy gave him fucking everything, just like his children, Trump's children. But anyways, let's crack
on moon landing denial. It's kind of
MC
embarrassing.
Toon, could you just kind of answer?
No,
the
not
question about
not
the
at all.
Cyborg?
You know, like it doesn't make a lot of sense for the kind of people who approach you or Craig and debate the moon landing. They're not scientists themselves either, yet they're quoting you.
We don't have to be fucking scientists or people in the field. When you look at the data collectively all put together, it's unrefutable. Like I'm not smart again, but when you like look at the trajectory and from this place, and you look at how Russia and China was watching it, and then we had to the phone call that happened to Reagan. Is that who it was?
It was Nixon. Were you thinking about moon landing? Nixon.
Shit. That's why I asked. Nixon. It had to be relayed through a some post in Australia, because that's where the Earth was at the time.
No,
right?
the astronauts had to relay it to Houston. That took like 5 seconds via radio waves. Houston relayed to I believe that he relayed it to the president via his phone. So they got it through their transmitter, and then the president took the phone call. There was a 5-second delay there and back. When a lot of the people that play this, they'll cut those 5-second delays out to act like it was they were right there.
Yeah, no,
immediate.
Totally. Yeah,
but there was a 5-second delay both ways.
Yeah, obviously because of how far it was. I always thought there was a relay of something that went to
Australia was ham operators got the transmission.
That they were monitoring it. Okay, they were monitoring it,
and
something.
Amateur people at home, they picked it up.
And so once again, we have so much data that something was happening, and obviously, if you put all these together, just like Occam's razor, it fucking makes sense.
They fit it to their narrative, is what they did.
Yeah, and every government that could have taken information about it, they fucking did. Most of it was like radio interruption signals and things like that. But there is so much data and media that put together. How can you fucking... It's
reader.
Mom was trying to brainwash us. Wash us.
All these scientific equations are propping up graphs, and they're contesting what you're saying, but they're not scientists. And I don't believe for a second that they understand what is coming out of their mouths.
So, just
projection.
Yeah, and not just that, but just because somebody on the interwebs that has any sign name, any fucking name in the fucking whatever, how do you know they're not a part of NASA? How do you know they're not a ship captain? How do you know they have not been into inner outer orbit or whatever fucking in the what's it called, the ship, the plane that goes up and
the ISS?
No, the plane that goes up that kind of for 30 seconds you're in.
The 0G plane. Yeah.
The
Vomit comet.
things like that. How do you know these people don't have that basis? And you want to know what, Frog? A lot of us that are in the chat that is happening right now, in the debate you're in and FTFE's chat, they actually are really, really, really smart people. I'm not saying that our chat isn't. I'm just saying that literally, like ship captains and all these people that work for NASA and build all these things, they're in those chats. There's 200 to 300 people there. You know what I'm saying? Literally, there are smart motherfuckers that are there that are like, nah, bro. I worked on making the blah 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 for the thingies and the stuff.
I mean, look at Professor Phil Bell. He worked with the Indian Space Agency to put satellites up. I think he's retired. I think he's retired from teaching. I don't know if he still works with the Indian Space Agency.
Yeah,
but he worked with them to put them up into space.
And MC Toon has done the science experiments with his students to prove the globes is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but that doesn't
Every
prove
single
anything. I had
his
fucking
students being his
Baloo
children.
smarter than this guy.
No, I know, but like I say, every single day a fifth grader proves the globe so that they can graduate. Literally. But, like, how dumb are you, dude? Like, they do.
See, that's the other thing that gets me with these people. There's globes in every classroom. I'm like, I was never force fed the freaking globe when I was in school.
I don't remember them.
It wasn't like you will like the globe and they never did that.
And I don't remember.
That was never a thing that we were ever taught.
I don't remember it being pressed into my skull until middle school or probably high school.
When it came up for certain subjects,
then they were like, all right, so now we have to explain. Yeah, no,
force
totally.
it on you, you know.
The Earth is a globe. It was not like, you know.
We had the pull down maps. We had chalkboards. Everybody that's younger. We had chalkboards. We didn't have whiteboards. And I have the kind of map that had the. Oh, I don't know if they call it projection.
This is my era too.
Yeah,
the
no, it was the flat
chalkboards
map. It was the flat
and the map.
Yeah, it had the
The
big
map
map
on
and
the-
it had like the.
and then
the
behind that
scallop
was the
kind of
projector
bottoms
screen.
and tops.
Yeah.
That kind of projection on them. But yeah.
Yeah, it was a Mercator or and sometimes they have the one that was cut into like
it was
little,
very flat. It was very
little
flat
ellipses.
and
So if
wide.
you put it around a globe, it would fit basically. But yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, if
And,
you cut it out, you could. to get more action.
Mine behind the projection screen was the images of the boy and the girl naked. I'm just
All I can say is I don't miss
that
the
was not our
chalkboards
class.
because when the teacher just hit that right, he was like, you're like, oh God, don't do that.
No, you know what I hated about
that
what I hated
That was a
about
terrible thing.
what I
And we
hated about
had the-
chalkboards is I was the one who had to clean the fucking goddamn fucking erasers out.
The
and
eraser.
fucking
you're clapping
thing.
them
We also
together.
had the chalk,
Breathing
the
all
wooden
that
chalk holder,
smoke and
so you
Yeah,
could write
and
up
the wooden
top.
chalk holder. Oh my god, I remember.
So you could write up high,
Anyways,
and then
anyways,
the sliding green chalkboards in the science class.
Just
yeah.
we just goddamn showed our
You guys have to
goddamn
write more
age.
shit up
But
there.
anyways,
Look at the old dish.
Watch Frog. If you have no idea what we're talking about, that's exactly why you're ignorant.
Well, of course, we
and
had to
naive.
write all of our
You have
work out
no
on our
idea.
slates too, because
I
we
have
didn't have
kids
paper
younger.
back
My
then.
kids are younger than him. Just saying,
Yeah,
older than him.
and
Just saying, two of mine.
that shows you, Watch Frog. You have no idea how the universe exists. If you think that you know everything about everything until you would experience it, nah, bro. There are so many things that like you'll never experience, but did fill the zeitgeist that now are part of the way that human existence still experiences the way of life. You fucking twat. Like if you've never had a fucking like real fucking like switch and like pulley and like big ass kind of electronic piece of equipment like a radio or a ham, big ass radio, ham radio or something like that. Jesus, then you don't understand the concept of fucking the way things used to be, brah.
Why would they? Because they're not scientists, but there's something in their bones. Something.
All right, let's keep going with this.
In their heart and soul that is telling them that this event did not occur as advertised by the regime media propagandists. And
So citation needed.
You guys want people
so we've
to
got
believe
fake
this.
news
It obviously
already. There we go.
Yeah, and citation needed. Tell me where and how and why.
Says you that regular Americans, regular people.
And I thought you said you were only going to take like 5 seconds, but now you're
I
going to
know.
fucking sputter out for like 20 minutes. You twat.
Do not believe in the moon landing. And by the way, their numbers are growing. I'm not a flat earther. I don't belong to any moon landing conspiracy community or anything
call
like
bullshit
that. But I do
on all
see that
that.
their numbers are growing because of the.
I don't think they're growing. Well, okay, the
They're
moon
not
landing
growing.
maybe, but I don't think that flat
I
Earth
don't
is
think
growing.
any of those numbers are growing.
Yeah,
I think
I know,
it's appearing to grow because it's becoming more of a topic. But I think if you look
Sure.
into those videos on TikTok and everything, they're not what you think they are.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Sure.
Yeah.
And just because they're getting a lot of play doesn't mean a lot of people are believing more.
Exactly.
I think more
The
people
numbers are being
clicking on it
fudged,
too.
basically.
Well,
Mhm.
and when somebody's clicking on it, they're laughing. They're like, "Oh my God, Chica, here,
Yep,
look at this.
yep.
Oh my God, bro, did you see this? Oh my God, look at how funny these dumbasses are."
The behavior of your supporters and the behavior of your mutuals like Craig. You guys are doing a massive disservice to science if you care about it.
All right. I'm going to talk now.
Go ahead.
All right. This is the debater's guide. It's a little guide on how to do debates.
Keep it going, Slim.
This is going to be
Keep it going, don't
amazing.
stop.
And,
Condescension, I like it.
On page 22. On page 22, it talks about the different things that people have as responsibilities when they participate in a debate. And you and I are currently in a debate. So this applies to both of us in the debate that we're in right now. And so when you have a position, and you have a position in this debate, your position is, it was a hoax, I suppose. That's your claim right here. You see that? That's your claim. And then what you do is you make the claim, and then to support the claim, you have data. That would be the evidence and different things that you would have gone and researched and gotten evidence and pulled it together and put together a presentation. And then you have a warrant, and the warrant is the application of logic and reasoning that ties together the data to support the claim. Right. So if you notice, when I did my presentation, I did exactly that. I made the claim that Apollo 15 was recorded on the moon, and then the data that I had was the analysis of the video and the counting of the frames and the application.
He leaves the fucking video
Of the law of gravitational attraction, things like that, and that's the warrant. Then the warrant was pulling.
This is when his mom asked him to suck off her teeth right quick.
Honey, your what is it? Honey, your hot pockets are ready. Come get
your
them.
hot pockets. Yeah, your chicken nuggies are ready.
Your chicken nuggies are ready. Yeah.
He needed to suck off her nips for a minute to get
Honey,
that
mommy's
calcium.
getting engorged.
Yeah. She's like, my breasts are getting too full. They're getting uncomfortable. Your dad can't drink it. Your dad can't drink anymore.
He's lactose intolerant.
Yeah. So, Jesus. So let's crack on.
Pulling that together to say, well, here's the things that I did, and that supports the claim. So that's just a little hint for you. So your
Watch Frog. Did you smoke crack? Did you just smoke some crack? I swear to God, you smoke crack. Prove me wrong. Tell me you did not smoke crack when you turned off your camera.
Position in this debate, Frog, is to support your claim with data and a warrant, right?
Okay, I'm just gonna jump in here. I understand what you're saying, MC Toon, but I kind of articulated that Watch Frog is sort of in charge of this section of the time, and so if he would like you to talk to you about the flag, would you please do that? You know what I'm saying? Like, Watch Frog is in charge of the conversation right now.
Before he answers, may I just interject?
Conversation.
He
You know what I'm saying?
he didn't help.
He didn't ask questions. Yeah, he just blathered on.
Yeah, and then MC Toon did what he should have done at that point and did that perfectly.
I mean, Frog just was making blanket statements. He wasn't doing anything.
Yeah, there's a debate. The debate is a thing and a reason in a way, shape, or form, not just sputtering out talking points.
one little thing really quickly. I'm reading the About Me section of Matters Now. It says your gateway to exploring the intersections of science and philosophy, which is certainly
So now you're scapegoating again.
what I brought to the table. And the condescension is not appreciated. And again, I'm not.
What condensation? Who's been condensating?
Dude, no one's condescending to you, dumbass.
Jesus Christ, you loser.
I'm no one's parent. I'm not God. I don't tell people what to do. But if I love science as much as you guys do, that would not be my approach to getting people.
There's condescension right there. Then
I know. And what does that have to do? What does that have to do with the argument right now that the moon landing is a hoax?
Worldview. And to your side here.
I guess.
All right, well, to answer your question, the reason why the flag was out is because the people, the engineers, knew that there would be no wind there, and that if they put a flag up there, that it would just hang down straight on the pole, which isn't all that interesting to look at. So they planned ahead, and they put a rigid bar across the top of it as part of the flag that they erected.
Okay, simple.
They used a material that was as lightweight as possible because you're trying to not bring a fucking 100 pounds of weight up in this experience. You're trying to keep the least amount of weight, but you wanted it to be a material that would hopefully last as long as possible. And they put the rod across the top because they knew no matter if it was a stiff, hard material, it eventually would droop because there was no way for it to keep up. So that's how that works.
Yep.
Hey, Victoria.
Yes,
no,
exactly.
Yeah. That's the problem with these idiots.
That's what school is for. But you still got to put in the work to show you're learning.
Yeah, and the other thing too is you can take free classes in a lot of things.
Yeah, you can.
Like basic versions of things, and or you can pay a very, very small price to learn basic knowledge in other fields as well. And then once you find a field that you want to go towards, like an electrician, or gas and oil, solar, whatever other things, then you can go further into that. But there are ways for you to actually like learn basic maths and science and other things. Unlike this idiot, he has no idea that, and he doesn't want to learn.
Simple enough, I suppose. Not sure if it's very compelling, especially when individuals such as myself are unable to see the surface of the moon and see what was left behind. Because
what does that have to do with proving a measurement?
But
science
you can see it.
Or yeah,
well,
and he can't. You can.
They get into it.
Okay. Let's crack on. Let's crack on then.
Again, the layman does not need to know the science and the equations and the math if they can visually confirm that objects were left on the surface of the moon. And one, they know the moon is very, very far away. And two, it is very difficult to get there. And if human objects are left behind, it stands to reason that everything that you say is 100% true. And that would be the case. And again, there would be no reason for individuals like me to, dive into the minutia of scientific information to come to the conclusion that apparently you have. Again, it's just not entirely convincing. And I'll give everybody a philosophical exercise, a good philosophical example. I am a working class man. I make a very modest salary. I can't afford a Lamborghini. But if I'm going around bragging about having this car and you say, oh, well, can I see it? That sounds really cool. And I present to you pictures of a Lamborghini. I present to you a manual that I printed off the internet of a Lamborghini that shows you the inner workings of this machine.
Except for really quick before I grab another bear. We have video 4K evidence, 24-hour versions of certain of these things with people in space with their fucking faces and things and proof.
Not only that, but can I tell you something about my modest living blue collar job? I spend a large portion of my day on the road. You know what I've fucking seen in real fucking life? A goddamn Lamborghini. More than once.
Oh yeah,
Mind blown. He doesn't have to own one for them to exist. And he doesn't have to fly to the moon for the moon to exist.
Right.
Or the space program. Like, get a fucking life.
Just we will see more when MC Toon has his turn. But I think Slim, you get in the bar. Slim's getting the bar. But you're right. I mean, there's a cyber truck in my area, and I've seen it more than once. So I know they exist. And God, are they ugly.
Yeah, they're fucking most of them on recall, aren't
Yep.
they?
What was that? What? Okay. All right. Let's
No.
hear.
Go ahead.
I mean, is that very compelling to suggest that the claim I'm making is true? It's like, yes, we get it. There's
You've thrown it's like throwing spaghetti at the wall. That's all you've done. You've not.
That's all he's
done
doing.
photos of Lamborghinis. Yes, we get it. The manuals are out there that explain how this machine works. But we can bypass all of that. I can just open up the garage and I can show you this magnificent vehicle, which probably doesn't exist because it would be impossible possible for me to afford a vehicle that's that exceeds $300,000.
Just
So
because
he has to personally have it for it to exist.
Just because you haven't figured out how to Bitcoin and scam people out of $1 million doesn't mean that those things don't exist. And like a Bugatti is a real thing, you dumb cunt.
Oh.
But this is the worst example that you could fucking put out
That's
there.
the whole example. If I can't physically touch it or see it, it doesn't exist.
Yeah, exactly.
Only he exists in his little world then.
Yeah.
Nothing
and
else
he's
exists
got
outside his little bubble.
and he must have a little world for sure.
Dollars or whatever those things are worth these days, especially with inflation. So yeah.
Anything else for McToon, or are you ready to hand it over for him to?
Please.
Okay, McToon, did you have it?
Okay, here we go, McToon.
This is where it gets good, guys. I think it gets
here we blow. Here we blow.
Reader refresh
Try
if it's
to address
buffering.
there with that opening.
Yeah, well, that was quite a.
His
quite a
brain
thing.
is buffering. His brain's
so
buffering.
I showed
Oh.
the analysis of the live footage that people saw as it was broadcast immediately live, and so I would like him to actually respond substantively to my presentation. And Dr. J, as you said, you suggested that he take notes. I took notes as well. There wasn't a lot of notes for me to take, but he should have had quite a few notes as I presented a good amount of it.
Look how mad he is. He's so pissed.
Look at
He
that.
doesn't know what he's doing.
MC Toon used a big word, and he's trying to figure out what that big word means. Sorry.
You're wet under the wings, kid. You don't know what you're doing in these things. You have come to a world championship, and
He's come
you've
to
never-
a battle of wits with a butter knife, with a little one of those little cheese knives, those little spread cheese knives thingies.
Yeah, but he came to a world championship sword fight.
Mm-hmm.
And MC Toon has the hugest sword around, and he has a freaking cheese spreading.
That little cheese, a little
implement.
tiny little cheese spreader you put on a little charcuterie. Yeah.
Once again, this is the funniest thing in the world. These idiots will come to us and they'll be like, I have a point that is going to be made, and they say it, and you're like, yeah, you're the 69th person who said that to me, and we already know how to rebut it. And then we
I have new
rebut it, and
evidence.
like,
Dude, I've
Yeah.
heard that. Like I say, I've heard that already 50 times before. It's not new.
yeah, and we're like, yeah, obviously we've already debunked that. Look at the fucking past 20 videos I did 4 years ago. And they're like, no, but I am. And you're like, no, Beavis, like, how can you be smarter than Einstein? You know, like, what are you talking about? You people are so fucking
I know.
I mean, and again, I'm one of the dumbest people in the world. I'll totally admit that. But somehow I figured out these things more than these idiots. Like, what the fuck is even going on here anymore?
Evidence. So could you respond to the analysis I did on the amount of time that the the hammer and feather fell in relation to the law of gravitational attraction applying to them?
Well, as a skeptic, it could be very possible that the little objects in the hands of this astronaut were dropped to the floor or to the surface of the moon or the set of the moon through some technical means. That could certainly be a possibility, especially for somebody who remains skeptical of this.
Oh yeah, what they did is they put a wire on one of them, right, and then they slowly.
I've also heard a little bit of lead.
Every time you put a little bit of lead in there,
but the problem is they would have to really calculate it to the hammer, and if it were done on Earth, the feathers would still there would still be air resistance on the feathers, even if there's lead in the top part.
They also have to change the speed of the drop,
right?
Because the acceleration due to gravity is going to be 1/6 that of Earth, and they.
But if they claim it was done on Earth, it's Earth gravity, so they would really have to. Yeah, it would really be hard for them too.
This guy would have, could have, should have, whatever.
Yeah.
Bullshit excuse. It's fucking bullshit. And hi to Victoria, by the way.
Yes.
This event, but again, if I am skeptical of this entire endeavor,
if I am testicle about it, no, I'm sorry.
Why would somebody such as myself, and not just me, because I know you guys talk to a lot of these moon landing people, why would they find this footage compelling to begin with, especially as laymen who don't understand gravitational pull or math or equations surrounding?
Again, kid, you
don't
are
need
so
to be a
young.
scientist. See, Slim, you're with me, right? You don't need to be a scientist to understand that stuff.
No, but the other thing, kid, is you're so young at this that you don't realize that we've been talking about the vacuum thing. Remember, we all knew this a couple years ago, right? Where they had the vacuum, where they dropped the lead ball in the feather, right, in a vacuum, and they fell the exact same fucking time, right?
Same
they
rate.
hit the ground.
Yeah.
And so he doesn't know the history of why MC Toon is using this, and maybe some of you out there don't, but if you don't, look up the experiment of
Brian Cox.
So
I just look up Brian Cox gravity, and it'll bring up the vacuum chamber thing he did.
Yeah. So once again, you're so naive, Watch Frog, that you don't understand why he's doing this. Why? Because you don't have the history of us already gone through this a gazillion and a half times with you cunts.
Mm-hmm.
This is nothing new to us.
Gravity, not just on the planet Earth, but on
because if MC Toon would have used any other thing, it would have been already used. This is one of the newest thing that he could have used to debunk this
on the moon.
Well, so for reference, the law of gravitational attraction and the formulas that he used there, the kinematics equations, those are covered.
What does it have? Gravity. Beep, gravity.
In between 8th grade and 11th grade for.
See, that's what I was saying, but I do believe hopefully people were learning it in middle school and not that later. But at least at that point, you should have.
Well, that is technically middle to high school, right? Yeah.
Yeah, sure. But at this point, you should have fucking understood these concepts. God damn it!
I agree.
Pretty much everybody in the United States. So you don't need to be a scientist to have that. If you have successfully completed high school, you've gotten the.
Look at how pissed he always looks, like a fucking cunt.
Yeah, I think it's the camera angle, and he just, way he holds himself.
Well, that's another reason why, again, watch Frog, and if you do watch this in the future, we honestly are here to give you pointers as well. Again, I don't hate you. I just hate that you are sputtering out this dumb stuff. You may be an amazing person. I don't fucking know. I'm not anti you, bro. But if you could just figure out how to fucking put your camera at the right angle, and I know like the first year that I fucking did this shit, my camera was a little bit too low and other things. But you put your camera up a little bit higher, have yourself a little bit more in there. I don't know what you have on your desk or below you that you're scared to show. Are they dead bodies? I don't know. Prove me wrong. You're not a serial killer.
He has a baby face too. He's got kind of those baby puffy face cheeks.
Yeah, and he's got
so that doesn't help. And the shadow, his lighting is crap. His lighting is not good.
Your lighting is shite, homie. Buy one more or two more ring lights and put them around you and put them on full and on white and go from there, bro. But you look like a bitch.
Prerequisites to understand all that. So
I doubt that.
You didn't actually address for 1 second the evidence that I
You
presented.
didn't ever do anything about anything for anything.
I did. I asked you questions about it. I 100% addressed it.
No, you didn't. You didn't even begin to talk about it at all. You said, "Well, it could have been something." No, if it could have been something, then what was it? Where's your evidence for that thing that you say it could have been? Where's the analysis of it? Where's something? Anything at all. I mean, this is a debate. This is your chance to actually do something. But so far, I've just been kicking your butt, and you've just been letting it happen.
No, not necessarily. I know you guys like to believe that. Again, I want to profess the necessity of skepticism. It is more important.
Yeah, we've been there, done that, and we've gone over this bullshit.
It's okay
to
be,
years.
and I think I said in this chat, it's okay to be skeptical, but not to just outright deny everything.
Well, that's what we do in
this is what he's doing. He's outright denying. He's denying denial.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
Similar.
Everything is on the table.
And on this channel, we will be testicle about a lot of things, right? Like I don't mind if we find a UFO video that fucking seems real. If we find a cryptid, I'm not anti us not finding out weird, crazy, fucked up, cool shit. I want it to happen to some extent, right? But when we look over it and I look at the artifacts that are happening in these videos or the bad thing, or you're like, that's a dude in a fucking costume,
yeah.
We I would love. That's why we look at these things, just like we're listening to this cunt whistle. I want to hear what you're saying, and I want to be on your side, but you keep fucking it up.
MC Toon is right. If you're going to say, no, it's not this, you need to go over here and say, well, it could be this, not just it could be something else.
Yeah.
Give a replacement. Give your replacement theory on what it could be.
And that's why we're making.
And then you can have a good debate.
And that's why we're making fun of you, Watch Frog. We're not making fun of you.
Theory at all.
No.
Other than it didn't look right to me, and that's his whole argument. And
it's just nuh-uh. It's just a standard nuh-uh.
He's like Hans Wormhat. It's just I don't believe because I see something weird, and I don't want to. I don't know. Believe into. I don't understand fucking Hans Wormhat at all. But anyways, crack on.
Yeah, he's on Hans Wormhat level.
Skeptical of.
Oh my Jesus!
People like yourself who really, really like science and really want to push this stuff onto people. And again, the condescension about.
No, we want people to be educated. We want people to like go out into the environments and like know how to do math, how to like think of things critically, just make better decisions. It's not that we're trying to force anybody into an ideal.
Right.
What we're trying to do is we're trying to make it so that people just like.
It also brings up liking science. It's not about liking science. It's about science exists. Whether you like it or not, science exists. And if it didn't exist, we would not be on a computer talking on street like this.
Yeah,
we'd still be living in a freaking cave somewhere.
We'd still be like fire hot. You know,
If he hasn't studied any of this or any of the science or whatever, he's clueless. He's got no fucking right to be debating anyone.
No.
No, what he did, I think what he did is
never fucking studied.
I think what he did is he did this for clout. I think Mama said this earlier. He just did this to blow up his channel.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he's definitely clout chasing. He figured
His
that he
lives
could go
are
here and then-
the more Q stuffy, right? Or the more political, more
Yeah.
stuff, the commentary.
Yeah, yeah.
But then he has
And then
videos where he
he-
does puppetry and this and that and different things, which
Yeah,
aren't.
and
So-
he made a puppetry song about how people are faking violence or violence. They're being. I don't know how to put it, and I don't.
Yeah.
Anyways, we might go over in another stream because it's fucking weird as shit. How he's talking. Oh, it's racial violence is fake, and people that are that's his last puppet music video was that. He's fucking crazy. And again, I saw all the gun stuff, but I didn't see him ever shooting a gun. He's just pro gun, but
he's pro Second Amendment, probably.
Yeah, he is. But prove to me you've ever shot a gun, bro. And I don't have a gun. I will never have a gun again. But I have shot gazillions of different types of guns, and I understand how to like clean them, oil them, put them back together, and all that shit. I understand that, but I don't trust myself with guns because I'm fucking crazy. I understand that. That's the difference between me and a lot of people who should not have guns. And just because the Second Amendment says that maybe somebody should have a gun, if you're not in a well-oiled militia or a well-put-together militia or however it's put, then you technically shouldn't. And what they're saying is you're actually supposed to have your like heavy artillery. It's supposed to be at a gun club. That's literally what that militia thing is. Having guns at your house for shooting and for other things, you totally. But the fucking 50 cals, no. You hold them in the gun club. You don't have them on your property waiting for the government to take you over. Like that's not like you don't have.
I mean, how many people have like gun arsenals?
Well, that's what I'm saying, and like, never mind. That's a whole nother thing.
I'm just saying, if that is like, dudes, you are paranoid as hell if you have a gun arsenal.
And my favorite thing is most of them like have to use a walker to get around or a wheelchair, and they're like, "I'm taking over the government," and you're like, "You can't even get down the stairs to get to that equipment anymore. What are you talking about?" Like, dick, but like they have drones and a handful of other
just
things
for hunting. Al.
Yeah, I have in my 50 cal. Yeah, just for hunting.
But I mean, let's be real. Let's be real. Japan didn't even want to invade the U.S. because they knew they would have a crap ton of trouble if they did.
Yeah, of course.
So I'm just saying.
What do you need one of those for getting down?
Yeah, I know you're not joking. My husband's told me.
A moose. I gotta take out a moose for
the bigger game like moose and stuff. You really need the heavier guns because if you don't kill them in the first hit, they're dangerous.
A moose bear. No, a moose bear. A moose bear.
A man bear pig.
Moose bears you gotta fucking get before
man bear pig.
Yeah. A man bear pig, exactly. No, but when you're in Montana or you're in Texas or like Arizona, you think you need a fucking 50 cal? Dude, you can shoot anything for fucking 2 miles around you because it's so fucking flat and it's so arid. By the time that thing gets to you, it's already dead.
Died of thirst.
Yeah, exactly. It's trying to get to you. So you're like, can I get a drink of water? And you're like, no, fuck you. And then anyways.
11th grade, 12th grade, whatever.
Once again, we're pro things. Just extremism is when we want to fuck with you, or that's what we're at.
People learn this stuff. I don't know how long it's been. I don't know how long it's been since you've been into a public school.
You went into it.
Oh my God, he has been in a public school very recently.
He's gonna bring that into it. Yes.
Yeah. He's literally a teacher. He has children. He
teaches his children. No. He homeschools his kids.
Okay. But still, I'm sure he goes and let's let him talk.
You covered it.
I did.
If you went through high school, you've already been through these things.
Yeah, but the public education is not adequate enough.
But
but I got all F's. and they just were like, "Hey, you're so stupid. We're just gonna kick you out of school because we don't want you around no more." That's not graduating, and you didn't learn anything because they did that to you.
You graduated high school.
Correct, I did.
Okay, then you actually got this necessary topic.
And what people always are crying about is, in the 1990s, I believe he's way younger than me. But in the 1990s, there was a thing where they were just trying to push kids out, and so they were just giving them certificates to graduate, even though they were below average or whatever.
That's why Bush put in through No Child Left Behind.
Yeah, exactly. Something like that, and things and stuff. I graduated with a B plus average at a fancy school. Let's just put it that way. Only because I flunked Spanish. And the only reason I flunked Spanish is because I accidentally took LSD on my final exam, and I couldn't understand her. Everything she said just sounded like backwards talking and gibberish, and I'm like, I'm sorry. I
sounded like a foreign language, yeah.
Yeah, and she was like, Slim, you know this shit. And I was like, yeah. I can't tell you why I can't, but I can't. And so she gave me an F for the class because she thought I was being a douche nozzle. And
I will say, in this guy's defense, in the kids, I'll call him a kid because he's a kid.
He is a kid.
My kids were through the 2000s, you know, up until my daughter's 25, my son's 28, so they haven't been out of school that long. They were a lot of the teachers lamented that they couldn't teach them what they needed to teach them thoroughly, because mainly the schools were concerned more for the 2 standardized tests the kids took so they could get funding for the next year. But the kids were still taught what they needed to learn regardless.
Yeah, totally. And yes, I know bullshit.
And even in high school, they were still taught what they needed to learn. And so in his defense, there's a little of column A and a little of column B. It wasn't like they told the kids, you're on your own.
Yeah.
The kids were still taught and they still had to graduate.
Yeah, totally. And I don't know what it was later in the 2000s, but I'm sure he's not that young. But anyways. Oh, I thought we were talking about the kids taking LSD. Yeah. Well, that was the whole thing about DARE was in 5th grade. They were like, oh my God, there are all these fun drugs you can do. And they make you feel amazing. And then eventually they don't make you feel amazing. And then women are going to want you if you like have these drugs. And they were like, if you buy this little piece of paper that's this big for $5, you can like go to other universes and you can like see the Smurfs and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, raising my hand and I was like, where can I get this? And they're like, no, you don't want to do it because it makes you feel good at first and then you feel bad. And I was like, I don't care. If I can see fucking the Smurfs in real life, I'm down for fucking anything. For $5, oh my God, I can fucking get $5 doing anything in the world. And that's how I became a drug seller. But anyways, let's crack on.
The coverage for the presentation I did.
Well, that presentation might not have been, or the instruction regarding the moon landing during my time in school may not have been necessary.
I sound like Ben Shapiro, and I am going to be the nameless voice that I can be so that I can talk like this because I am I don't know. I'm not,
do you know when I was in school, they never really taught us about the moon
understanding
landing. We knew about it by osmosis, but it was never a thing that was talked about like a subject. It was just, I
never had Hulk Hogan come into the classroom and give me a full Nelson and tell me the earth is a globe. So, I mean, it was never...
because it's a reality. The moon was a reality. That stuff happened. Yeah. It wasn't something we had to like learn about for school, right?
And so many other things, again, go together that made that understanding happen eventually. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember being a 16-year-old or 17-year-old or something and being like, man, how do we know that the moon is like that far? And then the blah, blah, blah.
Like, wow,
And
man.
then, yeah, but then I was just like, oh, but everything has to go together, right? Science. I mean, like this couldn't, if this didn't, they can't fake everything. That's
Right.
exactly how I got out of like that part of until I was doing a lot of meth. And then I thought a lot of weird conspiracies. And then I got off of it. And then I was like, oh, that doesn't make any sense anymore for sure, you know? And so, and again,
we knew to preface with Al, I was already junior in high school when the first space shuttle went up. So when we knew about things like that, it was through the news. It was via TV.
Yeah.
All this stuff was via TV. Only when there was like an anniversary or something did you hear about it on TV or whatever, because it wasn't something kids had to learn about as far as a school subject, shall we say.
Sure. Totally.
So it wasn't worth teaching in school because you already, you know, yeah.
They went over it in like a chapter in fucking one
right or something. Yeah, it would be like an American history or something, but that's
in like a chapter, and it wasn't the whole book, and it wasn't a whole class of NASA
and
class.
you maybe would see a video, and I don't recall seeing any videos on it.
Yeah, there's no NASA classes, yo twat.
Right.
Anyways, and let's crack on with this idiot.
Intricacies of the moon landing occurring. We were just told, and we were, you know, like this is what happened, and this is how. And I'm like, okay, but again, you can like, I'm not a mechanic. You can spew.
You're not in anything, homie. You're literally
not
nothing.
a mechanic,
You're
obviously,
not in anything.
or you would know more about physics. But go ahead.
Even if you're an electrician, that's really,
I like that.
That's barely any knowledge at all, homie. I was taught how to be an electrician at like 12 years old by my stepdad on how circuits work, AC, DC, and then alternating direct, AC, DC.
Alternating current, direct current.
There's two different versions of the blah blah. But anyways, and then also voltage comparative to amperage, and then what the breakers did, and all the things, and what wire you need to be at the right spec with the right coating on it to blah blah blah. And then I ran Cat 5 cables and a handful of other cables throughout houses, and I worked for hotels to put in Wi-Fi expanders in the hotel, so they only needed like each floor had a Wi-Fi connection, and you put in 20 Wi-Fi expanders. And unfortunately for the people in this ghetto ass motel, if everybody was like streaming porn, you were not gonna get your porn streaming. You know what I'm saying? Like, but that wasn't my job. Wasn't to make sure that these motherfuckers got the right shit. It was just to fucking put in these things. So I know firsthand how these thingy mabobbers of the stuffs work in those aspects. And if you're an IT of any type or an electrician of any type, Watch Frog, you should understand this, and you're totally a fucking
You mechanical jargon at me all day. It doesn't mean I'm going to understand how a vehicle works.
I'm not going to understand numbers and measurements because my penis is very small. Okay, sorry.
I didn't spew mechanical jargon.
I hate to tell
I know
them,
you didn't.
but like when I went to graphic design school, for the first, we had a 6-week, we had like a 6-week class. So for 3 months, we did not touch a computer at all. It was all, we learned everything manually.
It was hands on.
Because if you got on the computer and something went wrong and you got to get that product out, you need to know how to do it manually.
Exactly.
And also, it's proven if you write things down, you remember them.
Yeah. So with him, he would have instruments and everything, but he still needs to know the numbers and the formulas and all that stuff.
Yeah,
to make sure he does it right.
Yeah, totally. There's totally, you write down a lot of crap, or you take a lot of photos of stuff as well.
Yes.
But I think the only thing that this kid only has experience with hands-on is him jerking himself off.
I'm using a hypothetical here. I'm using, I'm engaged in philosophical exercise, and you don't understand really simple concepts.
Have already covered, and you
Yeah,
you have now professed that you successfully completed high school, so you have the necessary background in this to cover this.
Yeah.
So now, so far,
no, I don't. No, I don't agree with you. I don't agree with you.
Oh, so you did not complete high school, or did you take?
No, I did, but I don't agree with your assessment about. You have a lot of faith in public education. I don't know how long it's been since you've actually set foot in a public school, but no, they are very inadequate at preparing students for the real world, let alone understanding the science behind this so-called moon landing.
I disagree with that part of it.
Yeah.
Well, and not just that. So you're proving that you're a dumbass. You literally just called yourself a dumbass. But I do agree that he's getting this wrong. But he literally just called himself a dumbass, saying that public schools failed him, is what he just said. Literally, watch, Frog. You just called yourself a failure in the school system.
What I covered is literally something that's somewhere between 8th and 9th grade for the most part.
Okay.
Even in I don't know when you graduated high school successfully, but even since I went through, it has not in those topics gone that far south. So I don't know when did you graduate? Was it
many moons ago? Many moons ago.
All right. So the.
Oh, so 2 years ago, 6 months ago? Like
I'm guessing I think we're right. He's no more than 28, 29. I don't think he's.
Okay. I'm totally down with
he's
him.
He's not to 30 yet, I don't think.
I want to see 16, but I fucking don't know. I don't know.
Current state.
I feel like his balls haven't dropped, but that's just me. The age difference.
Yeah, no. I feel like he's 16.
It's nothing to do with the.
He seems like it.
The state of this education when you went through.
Well,
right?
the state of education has been in the steep decline for quite a while. Illiteracy rates are up, dropout rates are up, violence.
Citation needed, other than when Trump.
Okay, to play devil's advocate, even if that's the case, is that the education system or the kids not wanting to learn?
Well, yeah. For all he knows, he hasn't yet been diagnosed for ADHD or any of them other.
Right. Because there are some kids.
Well,
the teachers will fail the kids and not learn appropriately, but then there's some kids that will refuse to apply themselves and learn.
Yeah, no. Just because you graduated with a D- average doesn't mean that the education system failed you cunt.
Exactly.
It means that they pushed you through, and or you were able to jerk off your PE teacher enough to where he gave you an A, and then now you can get a D. I'm sorry. But anyways, I don't know that happened with you, Frog, but I feel like that's what happened with you. But anyways, let's crack on.
Are you
allegedly all right?
Or are you a dropout?
No.
Okay, so then
I'm a very rare exception. I'm a very rare exception.
Cool. So it doesn't apply.
Besides the
How
point,
is he a
we're
rare
talking about the
exception? If he
majority of
graduated, he's
people.
not a rare exception. Sorry.
He's a rare exception because, like I said,
more people graduate than don't. So.
He diddled the president or the vice principal. He diddled the principal, and he's a very special case because he let her bend him over.
No, we're not talking about the majority of people. We're talking about you.
Oh, okay.
You. I presented to you, not to the majority of people. To you, I presented the analysis.
I love it.
Well, to be fair, I don't recall how much.
Oh, he said the magic words. Oh my God, he said it. He said it. He totally said it.
Oh, to be fair.
To be fair. To be fair.
To be fair.
To be fair.
To be fair.
Oh, to be fair.
To be fair.
To be fair. To be fair.
We had to break that up. So here we
Haven't
go.
seen that in a while.
Time was spent on the moon landing when I was in school.
None of the moon landing background was necessary. It was the law of gravitational attraction and kinematic equations.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't remember any of that. I don't. It was I don't remember.
Because you didn't pay attention because you're
the
a
thing is, if you
self-centered-
didn't have the right science class, you weren't going to learn about that stuff.
Well,
I
and not
never
just
did. I
that.
didn't have that science class.
Sure.
You
But
know?
again, because you're a self-centered twat, you weren't paying attention. That's what his problem was. Not
Right.
but him. But hey, Anna, no, literally, you're such a self-centered twat that you're like, oh my god, I knew the universe before it was the universe because I'm like Trump, that knows everything about everything before he even knows what something is. So that's what this cunt is doing. Is he's I already knew it. And once again, did you tell us that you were graduating the top of your class? Were you valedictorian? Did you graduate on the top of any of your classes? No, that's what you kind of would have said at this point in time. And did I say earlier that if you're smart, you don't say you're smart? That's different than calling out your achievements, right?
Correct.
If you were like, I did that. I was like the top of I don't care. It doesn't matter. I was one of the top of my fucking class.
Right.
People. Anyway, it doesn't. I don't care. It does. I'm not smart. I'm fucking dumb.
Trump is smart. He tells everyone he's smart all the time.
Yeah, because that's what smart people fucking do.
That's what smart people do. Yeah.
Einstein walked around going, "I am smart." Yeah, no,
I'm a
that's never
genius.
happened.
I have an X IQ. Well, having this IQ doesn't mean you're smart, dude.
Yeah, not just that, but he never walked around saying that. And just same with like Shakespeare. It wasn't like, I am the best theater maker,
The best writer in the world. Yeah.
I'm the best. No, and Edgar Allan Poe didn't walk around saying he was the best. He actually felt very, very anti himself. But anyways, again, let's try.
He would be a goth today, wouldn't he?
Well, he was the beginning of
or
the whole.
Would he be an emo?
Well, he would be the beginning of the whole scene, which would be goth first, and then emo is the evolution of the end of it. The next version, right? The next generation. Let's put it that way.
I'm just going by what my kids, because by the time goth and that came around, it was my kids. So
Yeah, well, but like I said, emo is the next generation off of Gothism.
Gotcha.
Partying or ditching school. I don't remember that.
So that's how you. I mean, that really tells us a lot about the psychology of how you got to where you are today.
No, not necessarily. I'm going to be honest with everybody. I never thought about the moon landing until I made a really cheeky joke about it not happening, and the response was horrid. And I thought to myself, there's probably something there.
Watch Rock. The point isn't the moon landing stuff that you got in school. The point is the background fundamental science that I was talking about, right? So you look at the moon landing and say, oh, what about this? Well, let's do some analysis. So this is what a skeptic does. A skeptic looks at the claim.
Like I said, once again, you have to start from the beginning of the ladder of the science that we're talking about, and then you have to build on top of that. So you have to understand gravity first, and then you have to understand like the tilt of the Earth, and then like the how 15 degrees per hour of it moving around, how far away the moon is comparatively to the sun, and then you have to build off of all of these other sciences first, right? Just like I said earlier, you can't just like go, oh, well, I don't believe anything, so now we have to start at the Earth. No, you have to build off of the backs of giants. That's what I was trying to think of.
There
earlier,
you go.
Right? And that's what
we know you like being on giants' backs. Come on.
I mean, I love definitely bending over giants, and they like it a little bit too. But anyways, so that's the thing, Yuma Bobber. You can't start from fucking zero, the beginning, and then build yourself through the process. Watch Frog. If you don't know, look up Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Read the 5 books of Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, and your brain will explode. And then you'll understand what we're talking about right now, pretty much, with like how the world fucking actually works, or how science and measurement works. And it's a very, very scientifical read, and it's very crazy, but it does bring in all of the things. Always bring a towel and don't panic. Everybody in the side chat,
don't forget your towel. Exactly.
towel and not just the towel from Tally from South Park. But anyways, like you and Watch Frog, I'm hoping that you do watch this. If you don't understand getting into, that's exactly why you can't stand on your own feet when we're talking about all these things. Because what we're doing is
he's not that much older than South Park.
Yeah, exactly. And so you don't know the references that we're doing, and these references are things that are theological and philosophical ideals that have been banging around fucking since the 70s. And we've all been thinking about these for a lot longer and a lot more than you have, punk ass bitch. All right, so let's crack on with a little bit more of this, and then
I would say we give it till the end of
Looks at
MC
the
Tunes,
evidence,
10 minutes,
does
and
the
then I think
analysis.
that's a good place to stop.
Yeah.
That's what a skeptic does, right? A denialist looks at the evidence and says, "Nuh-uh, I'm not convinced, and I'm not going to do any analysis on it." And that is what you've done.
Correct. Because there is a core claim to.
Oh my Jesus Christ. He's like, yeah, I am an asshole. I'm not going to look into anything because I think that I
Why
am right
should
about
I?
everything. That's why I am single and live with my mom in the basement, and she buys all my meals for me, and you can see them all piled up there in these little.
Why should I do any research? Because I don't believe it. Then you don't come to a debate.
Yeah, and not just that, but like your life is so horrible, and you mean nothing in the existence of this zeitgeist and this eternal changing of the universes and all the other things. This is what you're spending your existence doing. Hey, maybe what we're doing right now isn't much better, but at least we're like trying to sputter out truth and expand people's consciousness and not take it away with saying nothing of the nothingness while sitting in your mom's basement. Hey, I might be in my mom's basement right now, but don't call me out. And I'm just kidding. I'm not. I'm totally not.
To the moon landing, there's
a skeptic. You are a denier.
Yes, I am. Now you're trying to twist these words and
skeptic, but a skeptic does things, and you didn't do the things that a skeptic does.
Well, no, I looked at the claim. Well,
you did the things that a denialist does, and then you agree.
Yeah, a skeptic is supposed to go out and try to disprove the things that they don't believe in.
With me, that's what you did.
Not the way in which you put it, though. The government made the claim that man landed on the moon.
But did you analyze?
Not the government, not NASA. All governments around the Earths all agree at this point in time.
First of all, you're right. It wasn't a claim. It was an actual event. They were actual events, not claims.
Yeah, and every continent, every country, every individual, the 152
a lot
territories, areas, whatever.
I'm not sure. Yeah,
but all of them say, "Oh yeah, totally." The Americans did that whole thing, right? So
sorry.
Well, I was only a couple of months old when the moon landing took place, but I'm gonna guess it was on the TV in my house.
It was. I'm sure it was on everybody's TV.
Yeah.
And we're gonna leave here with. We'll go a little bit more, and then I have a couple of.
I think he may have a few more minutes on this. I'm not sure. I'm looking at the time on your.
We'll do some palate cleansers.
Because Crash just said, and I don't remember, but at 40 minutes it gets really good. So I think that's a good place to stop.
40. Okay. All right.
Analyze the evidence.
Yeah, sure. I certainly did.
What evidence did you analyze?
Oh, well, some of the footage, I'm just like, I'm not really convinced.
Be very specific.
I don't know anything about videography and how to shoot or edit, or I don't know anything about how to shoot a film, but I will tell you about how I don't believe it.
Mr.
It's really okay. So once again, I'm gonna go over this fucking right quick as fast as I can. Sometimes they take a whole day to shoot one scene in a universal, a fully produced production of a movie, a full whatever. I don't remember what it's. Anyways, it doesn't matter. Like
Not
Gone in
if it's
60
porn.
Seconds.
You can do 20 films in a day in porn.
Well, and in porn, what sucks balls is like literally you've got to like fuck for like hours, and if you ejaculate hella quick, doesn't matter. You still got to get fucking shit injected into your penis, and it got to get hard again, and then you have to fucking keep fucking for as many hours until they get all the shots they want. Especially if there's a theme. Like it's not easy to be cheesy. Anyways. No, shooting a film, it sometimes takes hours to shoot one fucking scene, if not a whole day, because they want to make sure they got it right. So, like, it's not just like, oh my god, let's turn on the camera and just have like these guys jump around, and it's so easy to like make this thing happen.
It's your so-called skeptic. What specific evidence did you analyze? If you're a skeptic, because that's what a skeptic would do. What evidence did you analyze?
Well, there's footage of these men leaving behind, technology on the moon. If I'm unable to see that technology that was left behind on the moon, what reason is it? What reason is there to believe that this event occurred?
The whole cow thing. This cow is small.
So that's
those
his evidence.
are far away.
Yeah.
That he watched the video.
Yeah.
Way to go, dude.
Okay.
Absent
Jesus.
all the scientific mumbo jumbo.
You didn't answer my question.
And of course he scapegoats it again. What is that TV show?
Father Ted.
Father Ted, there we go. Yes.
What specific things did you analyze?
Analyze the claim.
What?
The only thing that this douche nozzle watch frog analyzed is he sat on the butt plug before he did this fucking thing, and he is not happy about the size that is up his ass.
But specifically, be very specific, and let's talk.
Man
about
went to the moon. Man left behind stuff on the moon.
That's very general.
Yes, and if there's like 4 different fucking reflectors on there or something like that, and like if you
there's retro reflectors. Yeah,
there's like 4
equipment still left on the moon.
Yeah, and you can actually like reflect off them, and if you have the right equipment, you can actually see them. But how could your naked eye see it, you dumb cunt? How dumb are you? Do you think that you can see the Sherpas that are walking up the fucking Mount Everest if you're at the base of the mountain? Fuck no, you dumb cunt. What the fuck are you talking about, you idiot? Right? You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't see that walking up a mountain.
He's a nihilist. He's not a skeptic.
He's definitely a nihilist for sure. Oh, denialist. Oh, that's completely different. But anyways, let's crack on just a little bit more.
That's the opposite of specific. What specific things did you analyze?
Well, there was a lot of footage that was presented by yourself and Craig and Ozzy and Talks.
Oh, you didn't actually like look into the footage from NASA and or other resources that prove that anything?
But that stuff isn't really. It doesn't really. It's not compelling to me. It's not compelling to the majority of people who are skeptical of the moon because they don't understand or know.
It's not compelling. That's not how the world works. Evidence doesn't mean
it's not compelling because they don't want to see actual evidence.
Yeah,
they want evidence that they can use for their narrative.
Evidence is not compelling all the time. Watching mold grow in a petri dish or a fungus that's not compelling, you dumb cunt. But it's still fucking science, you twat.
The science.
You're making my point here. You did not do any analysis. A skeptic would do the analysis. That's what skeptics do. They see something, they're like, I don't know about that. Let me look into it. Let me evaluate the evidence. Let me do the analysis of the evidence. Let me go and look for other things around it to see if there's supporting evidence or things line up. If maybe there's an additional line of evidence on something for multiple supporting things. But no, you have said very clearly here that you did exactly zero analysis.
No, and again, I don't believe the onus or the burden is on people like myself who are skeptical of this event.
Yes, it is.
Not how it works.
Bullshit, it's not.
Not how it works. It's
That's
always
not how it
your
works.
burden of proof, just like a double negative can never be proven.
If you claim it never happened, the burden of proof is on you.
Yes, and
Period.
you can't do a double negative. Prove to me I didn't shoot up heroin fucking 2 years ago, fucking blah blah, you know. Well, it's really hard to prove that when there's not going to be very much evidence of something of the things and stuff. But again, no, the burden of proof is on you because we have all of the scientific backup to prove that, especially like every single day, fifth graders prove the fucking globe with gravity and a handful of other things. And the only way to build buildings and to make ships not run aground and a handful of other shite to go on.
Yep.
We have all the knowledge to do that. Because do you think the governments are gonna like let their fucking like aircraft carriers and their submarines and other things just run aground constantly or bang up against coral reefs or anything? No, you dumb cunt. Literally. Do you think they want their aircraft carriers to just run into fucking mountains? No, you idiot. All of this stuff works on a way that is all cohesive and everybody uses the same knowledge, look into each other to make it all work. That's the only way it works. It has to work together. And then again, it's not a religion if 2 + 2 = 4. That's not a religion. It just says like you stay in the boundaries of these parameters and you get things right. If you don't, well, then you get it wrong, and now you fucking confuzzled yourself, and now you're a Boeing fucking company. Sorry, I should not have probably said that. Oh my god, now they're gonna shoot me in the window. Anyways,
it's okay.
I believe that's where we're gonna end with this, but I want to go back to this video that we showed
I
earlier.
say we save this. I say we finish this at another day, and because it needs to be finished because it gets better.
But what we're going to do is we're going to end on this, which is proofs. Let's just put it that way. So thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you, everybody.
Please subscribe. If share it as well. And once we're done with this, please add a comment. Any kind of comment is going to be appreciated because the algorithms is going to push us up in people's news feeds and other things. But here is what I say is one of the best proofs of the things and stuff happening.
Okay, let's go there. Capcom on the hot fire. Okay, all flight controllers going around the horn. Gonna go for undocking. Okay, Retro, go. Fido, go. Guide, go. Control, go. Telcom, go. Jinsei, go. Econ, go. Surgeon, go. Capcom, we're go for undocking.
Armstrong, Aldrin, and
undocking
Collins arrived at the moon on Saturday, July 19th.
When we did get close and we rolled out and saw it for the first time, it was a revelation. It was gigantic. It filled our entire window.
The next day, Sunday, July 20th, was landing day.
And a lot of anticipation. We finally come to the day, the moment that this is about to commence.
Landing on the moon was absolutely the most difficult piece of any Apollo mission. Okay.
Why would we fake it being the most hardest anyways?
Right.
And controlled fall out of lunar orbit.
And that's totally what it would have been with like zero, like the weird gravity propulsion that it had. It must have been like a controlled fall for sure.
Problem is, in this controlled fall out of orbit, you only have enough fuel for one try.
Capcom, we're go for landing. Altitude 4,200. You think you're go for...
So once again, why would we fake that we almost didn't do this if we were trying to show that we were going to be the best of the world at the time? Because right now, at the time, there was a world race to be the best of blah blah blahs of everything.
Right, and we were going through the Vietnam conflict as well.
Yeah, and the USSR, and then Asia, and a handful of other things. We were supposed to be the best of the best of the best because we're America. Fuck yeah. So once again, why would we ever have let this out? Fuck yeah.
over.
The trajectory had been wrong. They were targeted into this inhospitable place. Then they had to fly over this area at a high forward velocity, then pitch up to slow down so that kill their forward velocity, and then start down like a helicopter. So now we're critical fuel state. And that's why the 60-second call was given.
Why would we, in the even present time, because I feel like this may have been declassified information that just came out. I don't even know how long, it doesn't matter. But even then, why would the government come out with this fake information to say that we barely landed on the moon if we didn't do the, like, what are you talking about? Why does that make any sense?
And not to mention to actually fake all this, not just the first one, but all of them, all the other.
Yeah, because we're on.
The other ones who did, I can't remember the number. I think it's 6 or 7.
Yeah,
it would have cost a hell of a lot more per than a movie does now.
Yeah, and if it was so easy to do all this, or it wasn't a thing, then Russia would not have killed so many animals, throwing them into space. But we'll talk about that later.
And then the 30-second call.
Then I really got nervous. Was calling out 25 seconds of fuel left.
Apollo 10.
20 seconds of fuel. Oh, jeez.
Okay. And
he's like, God damn it, dude. If we run out of full fuel before we like backpedal, we're just going to crash into this goddamn thing.
Engine stop. APA at a descent. Host control both autos. Descent engine command override off. Engine arm off. 413 is in.
And they were able to land it with what they say with a very, very little amount of trauma.
We copy. Get down,
which
Eagle.
Was good.
Listen, Tranquility Base here. The
Tranquility Base here. The Eagle has landed.
Eagle has landed. Roger, Tranquility. We copy you on the ground. You got a bunch of guys about to.
Yeah, you're gonna fake having 75 people in a command center because it's fucking fake. When you have a movie set, you have 7 people maybe behind in the control room, if there is a control room. If you're in an enclosed studio, which they claim that the big moon landing was produced in. Why would you have this many people around? Again, why would you over exaggerate the shit, you fucking weirdos?
Right.
You literally would have fucking 3 dudes or 2 dudes or 1 dude that was controlling all of this from fucking a moon base number 9 or whatever the fuck it was called. And then, like, why would you have so many astronauts? Why would you have this, that, blah, 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 blah?
Yeah.
It doesn't make any fucking sense, you fucking weirdos.
And they go by with Stanley Kubrick and blah blah blah. And they consulted him. Why? Because he is a movie. Was a movie director. He could input his thoughts into what they could do. That's what people do. They ask for technical information, and who better to go to, right?
They asked him how to use the photo and film equipment they were using, and they asked him, what do you think if this was in 0 gravity, and if we put this thing on here? He didn't fucking know 100%. But they asked, like, what aperture, how do you know what I'm saying, or who do you suggest we can get to go up there that knows enough knowledge? And then we have
on the flip side, I bet you when he did that movie Doctor Strange, or How I Learned to Love the Bomb, I bet you he got military input on that.
Yeah, and that's the other thing.
So if there's give and take,
and then after certain thingy-mabobbers happened, he was given certain information, just like Mama was saying, and then he was using that in some of his films to do more military type-esque and whatever. But obviously, YouTube, we think that we went to the moon. We totally know that, and all that fun stuff. So thank you all very much for being here.
Thank you all for coming.
Thank
I don't
you.
remember what is tomorrow. Are we
You
doing
made me
crypt?
look, aren't you?
Are we
I
doing
think it's
crypt?
cryptids, or is that the day after?
I don't know. What we'll do, we're doing the things and
We'll
stuff,
look it
and then
up.
Wednesday is the stuff and things for Drunk News Report. This weekend I will be working a motorcycle show all weekend, so I will not be here during the weekend. But
Okay.
you all know to hit the bell notifications and to hit all of the bells and make sure you're subscribed, and to please like the stream. Go back and like other streams and or other videos and watch other videos that I've done in the past so we can get more watch times. And we will see you all tomorrow, same bat time, same bat channel. So everybody say bye and thank you very much. Bye.
Bye.